Thank you. Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, November the 19th. I am Mr. Brown, and I trust you are all very well today. On this evening stream, we are discussing the wonderful extended cut, and it is very long, of Richard Donner's Superman the movie. You will believe a man can fly. Indeed. As I always say, folks, lots to get through. Shall we get the guests out? Of course we should. First up, set your Jedi power wands to stunning and brave. We have the wonderful, not Brian Kent.
Evening, Brownie. Good evening, chat. Good evening, fellow guests. When they come on, how's things?
You all right, pal? I'm clear my throat. You okay, buddy?
I'm not too bad. Are you okay? Though you don't have the coof again, do you?
No, just a bit of dry throat. Just let me wet my whistle. Everything good? Yes.
Yes, everything's tickety-boo, especially with this stellar film that's coming up.
It's a belter, isn't it? I was watching it before we came on.
Indeed.
Should we get the next guest on?
Yes, I watched both versions this week. I watched the extended version and I watched the nice HD version on Amazon just to get me up to speed. So yes, thoroughly enjoyed it.
Just Zack Snyder, you need to watch it. It's just so good, isn't it?
Yeah. Talk about doing your homework. Shall we get the next guest on?
I was just about to ask that question. Next, the Wanderer returns after a long walk through the Texas Shire. Guess who's back, everybody? Reni.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Are you the other side of the room?
Yeah. I'm in.
From your microphone?
No, I'm upstairs and I have my microphone right here by my mouth. So.
How are you, darling? It's good to have you back.
I'm fine. How are you?
All the better for speaking to you.
Well, isn't that sweet? No, just been busy. Work has been nuts, and then getting married in about 3 weeks.
Oh yes, congratulations!
Thank you.
You excited?
I am. More than anything, I'm just worried about everything falling into place and things, happening. But it hasn't.
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
It hasn't been too crazy. I think the worst thing I'm going to worry about is how my hair and face look that day. So.
And the cat.
Yeah, it should be all right. Cats can self-sustain.
They can.
Bit.
So yeah, everything is going wonderful in the land of Reni.
Yeah,
sounds like it.
It's been a little hectic, but other than that, it's been great.
Good to have you back, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Good to be back.
Shall I get the next guest out?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, next, putting the M's into our next guest. It is Ms. Martin Muses.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm in a very good mood after rewatching Superman. It's a great film. Yeah.
How's your channel going?
It's going. Oh, it's at 712 subscribers, so I'm almost there. So help me, kids out there. I'd like to get to that magic 1,000. The watch hours are good. I just need to get the subs.
It's just that final push, isn't it? It's just.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, folks, there is a link to Ms. Martin Muses' channel in the description.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And we're having a good time. We're talking Elfstones of Shannara. I've been doing some daily musings, talking about psychopaths. Good times.
And buying new microphones.
Oh, yes. I did get a new microphone. Oh, I was so upset.
Fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad because I was so furious when I realized my mic was all fecked up. Or messed
Show
up.
business.
Yeah, it is show business.
My mouse is playing up as well, so I know technology problems. Shall we get the next guest out? Shall we wheel him out?
Go ahead.
And last, but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. It is the great mega geek himself, Ian David Diaz. Hey.
Ian, you're on mute.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Sorry. Hello. Yeah.
You subverted our expectations.
Every
No,
time. Every time.
I'm double dipping, aren't I? I'm doing stuff as well as doing.
I'm sorry.
Madness. That's what they call it in America. Double dipping for some reason.
I'm sorry. If you're an ex-raver like me, double dipping means something totally different.
I'm not, am I? So, so there you go. Yeah, I'm here, and I love Superman the movie. So, yeah, I'm gonna tell you how good it is. Put it that way. So. Let's do it, shall we?
I think everybody knows how good it is. Shall we say hello, chat? Hello, chat. We can see you. Hello, 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 hello. All right, don't say hello to them then.
Hello, chat.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
Hello, chat. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Volume 162. Can you believe it? Christopher Reeve. Superman the movie, full movie discussion, free eye test. If you can see that, you do not need to go to Specsavers. Mr. Brown Alliance, please like, share, and subscribe. Here we go. This is the poster. Shall I do the blurb and then we'll proceed at haste? Okay, so Superman the movie, directed by Richard Donner. Runtime, theatrical runtime is 2 hours 23 minutes, which is quite substantial. Extended cut, 3 hours 8 minutes. That's what Certificate A. That's old school. That release date UK December 14, 1978. US December 15th, 1978. As I said, directed by Richard Donner. Written by characters created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. Stories by the Godfather himself, Mario Puzo. Screenplay by Mario Puzo, David Newman, Leslie Newman, Robert Benton, Tom Mankiewicz. The cast, Marlon Brando, Jor-El, Gene Hackman, Lex Luthor, Christopher Reeve, Superman Clark Kent. I'll quickly do the produced by Charles Greenlaw, Richard Lester, remember that name, Alexander Salkind, Elias Salkind, Perry Spengler. Music by the mighty John Williams. I think his OST is right up there, but that's just me. Budget was $55 million. Gross worldwide was $478,000 and $449. So that's $300 million effectively. And I thought it made more than that. So, who would like to go first? Ms. Martin's Muses, your initial thoughts, feelings of this wonderful film?
Well, wonder is probably the word that I think of. I'll put it this way, under the age of 6, but over the age of 4 when I went to see this movie in the cinema when it came out. So as a little girl, just seeing Christopher Reeve, it was I believed he was Superman, and he'll always be my Superman. It was magical. It was fun, even though it was very long. I recall not liking the end of it, and I still don't like the end of it too much. But the parts in the beginning, as it's setting it up, and I loved Lois Lane. I wanted to be Lois Lane, and I wanted to fly. So I just can't praise this movie enough because it has magic. We don't see that too much nowadays, and it brought me back to being a little kid when I rewatched it. It was fun.
That old movie magic. Agreed. Reni?
Yeah, I did not see this movie in the theater, but every time it would come on TV, I would watch it, or my parents had the videotape, the VHS, when I was really little. But my dad was a huge Superman comic fan and got me very excited and into Superman. And I just Superman was my main superhero when I was a little kid. And I love the feel goodness of this movie. It's not one of those, yeah, I know Batman's more of a dark character and all that stuff, but Superman is more of a, I don't want to necessarily say do-gooder, but it's just more of a, like everybody wins kind of scenario a lot of times. And it's really a feel-good superhero movie. And he's it's so cool. He's this alien that all he wants to do is help people out, and of course especially Lois, but do the right thing. And it's because his dad Jor-El was educating him the whole time he was on his way to Earth, and again whenever he built his Fortress of Solitude. So I don't know, I can't say enough good things about this movie. Christopher Reeve will always be my Superman. Yes, Henry Cavill is a decent Superman, but Christopher Reeve is my Superman.
And the cat.
Yeah, evidently she agrees. Can't get her to shut up today.
She's excited to be on. Not Brian.
Yes.
You well?
Yes. Sorry, I was just replying to Scotty in the chat.
Hello, Scotty. Nice to see you, brother. Hello.
Hello, Scotty. I think I first saw this movie at Christmas time when I was a kid. I was far too young to see it in the cinema, but I really enjoyed watching it for the first time in quite a while this week. There are flaws in this for sure, but I don't think that should take away anything from what Richard Donner and co achieved. I think despite a slowish start and a slightly dodgy ending, this movie is just littered with so many special and iconic moments. It's funny, dramatic, poignant, and even thrilling at times. I think the dialogue is snappy for the most part. The acting is good, especially from Hackman and Christopher Reeve. And the score by John Williams is just fantastic. I think, in fact, both the score and Christopher Reeve's performance really make this film work. And I don't think any actor before or since has really come close. The only one I can think about is Brandon Routh, but he basically just copied everything that Christopher Reeve tried to do. So I think it's a fun film, and I'm delighted we're doing it this week.
Ian, thoughts on this film? I kind of guess you like this one.
Yeah, I do like this one. Which one are we talking about, though?
This is the extended cut. The one that you sent us over. The
TV version.
The very long version. Yes.
Okay, so this version, I guess we're talking about, is the TV version. Basically, in the old days, they used to shoot. Well, they still do. They shoot more than what's seen in the cinema. But TV stations used to basically make sure that if they do shoot stuff that didn't end up in the film, they would take that stuff and put it in a TV version. So not only did they say we're showing Superman the movie, but we're showing the movie that and bits that you didn't see in the cinema. So it kind of dragged more viewers to watch it in the cinema. That's the reason why it's an extended cut. As far as the movie is concerned, I just love this movie. The reason why, as Brian says, it's got faults in it is no fault of Richard Donner's at all. Richard Donner's version, he was on the path to making a great movie. It is a good movie, but it would have been better if those two stupid producers didn't get involved and spoilt everything, and messed it up for the actual tone of the movie. Because if you look at the second one and the third one and even the fourth one, it just went downhill from there. But I remember going to school and seeing this poster and getting so excited and thinking, oh, this looks great. And I didn't know anything about the movie because I'm a Superman fan.
Did you think it was a musical?
No, not at all. I know Superman, but I remember the first clip I ever saw of Superman the movie is watching the news, and they were talking about it being premiered, and they showed the clip where he lands in the street and he spins under.
Oh yeah, great thing.
Yeah, that clip there, and obviously they were not showing you him flying; he was just landing and stuff. And I just thought, I've got to see this movie. When I eventually saw the movie, I saw it in a proper cinema on Fulham Road, and when Superman saved the helicopter, everybody just stood up and clapped, which I found fascinating. But I love the film. Yes, it's full of flaws. As I said, no fault of Richard Donner's, but we'll talk about it as we go through the slides, I guess. And it's just a really good, entertaining superhero film, which superhero films today should be trying to emulate. Put it that way.
Here you go, Scotty Romeo 37 Solkinds waves fist at the start.
If it wasn't for them, this film would have been almost perfect. But there you go.
Indeed. Okay, should we just get through start going through the slides then?
Oh, Warner Brothers.
Very, very old school logo, yes.
Yeah, it always reminds me of Clint Eastwood films when I see that.
I don't know about you folks. I have a soft spot for Warner Brothers because I just think they did some of the greatest movies when I was growing up.
Got iconic icon sign as well, haven't they? Not this one, but the old one with the W and the B and the clouds behind it. You know, that old one. Yeah, it's iconic.
And I don't know about you guys.
yeah.
I genuinely hope David Zaslav can right the ship, as it were.
Well, there's a rumor. I saw it on some YouTube channel. I can't remember. He had lunch with Spielberg and Chris Nolan, apparently. And the rumor is that he's trying to court Chris Nolan to produce and Spielberg to direct Superman.
Oh, but here's the thing you guys don't...
Shit.
You need to think about this. If you want Christopher Nolan involved in it, remember, he wrote Man of Steel, or he was largely responsible for a lot of the writing and the decisions.
Okay, yes, he was. Right, but he is to blame, yes, definitely. But we're talking about Steven Spielberg here. So,
well, Steven Spielberg I'm good with, but Nolan, and I just don't know. I didn't like the storyline with, it just wasn't a great story.
No, it wasn't.
But he did great at Batman.
Yeah. But I mean, it sounds exciting, but it's probably not going to. It's probably not going to happen. And Spielberg has got his film out now, isn't he? About his life, isn't it? I can't remember what it's called, but it's just coming out.
Yeah, so. But won't he be desperate to do something decent, especially after West Side Story?
I think Spielberg is kind of come off the boil a bit because of his daughter. His daughter's incredibly woke, so he's kind of going that way slightly, which I think is really sad. But I still think he's a great director. Even though I hated West Side Story, I marveled at his direction. His direction was absolutely flawless in that film. He's just a great director. If you know what directing is, when you go and see that film, if you ever see the film, you'll know what I'm talking about. But
Here you go, Romeo. No, Goya wrote Man of Steel. It's his fault, not Nolan's.
Oh, there you go. See?
I think Nolan just produced it, didn't he?
Yeah, he just gave it away to Zach. Basically, that's what he did. And obviously, when you see him do interviews, he's got to defend it, hasn't he? Because he works for Warner Brothers. He's been paid by Warner Brothers. And plus, remember, they signed a contract that they're not allowed to diss or badmouth the project that they're working on. I mean, those contracts are airtight. There's no way you can get. That's why actors are, when they sign up for stuff, even though they know it's crap. Like, Anthony Mackie, who plays the Falcon, he knows all the shit
Great
that he's doing
actor.
is rubbish.
Yeah.
But he can't say anything. He
I know,
just
great
he has
actor.
to support it, doesn't he? So anyway, whatever.
Okay. I would say Warner Brothers, sort your shit out, please. Okay, so we start at the beginning with like a black and white recap of a comic.
Yeah.
I loved this.
Action Comics. This was where he first appeared, wasn't it?
Yes.
Before he could fly,
Yeah.
he just
He's the lead.
jumped very high.
Yeah, he jumped high and coasted with his cape.
So we have a narration from a child.
Yeah. Yeah, the Daily Planet. The Daily Bugle, the Daily Planet.
So
I
then
love
we
the
go into
beginning credits, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The beginning credits are fantastic, and the music's
Well,
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, the music, and when the Superman comes up, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like how
They
the
came-
credits swoosh to the music and stuff, and they make that swooshing sound too. I like it.
They came from the teaser trailer that was out, I think, the year
Yeah.
before, and they just copied it and stuck it on.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they did. But it's very iconic now, isn't it? Very iconic beginning of a movie. So yeah.
I think it was an optical effect, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Because you can see the join between the kind of the blur and then the kind of normal. You can see the join if you look carefully.
Yeah.
That's the
Which-
graphic designer in you coming out.
Yeah.
There.
Mm.
I noticed.
Yeah, because they wouldn't be able to do it. Obviously, it's all optical effects back then with cutting and splices of film and stuff like that, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
nothing as fancy as CGI. So still looks great though.
Does. Does.
Whee! There we go.
Superman.
Superman. And in
And
fact,
I love
Sorry,
the
go ahead.
music. You can almost hear it saying Superman. Da da da. Superman.
it literally is saying
Yeah.
Superman. So
Yeah.
yeah. That was John Williams' idea, I think.
It's actually strange watching this without the music. It's so iconic.
Do you know there's a story behind this where Richard Donner, he was trying to find someone to do the music because Richard Donner never uses a composer twice ever in the history of his film, and I think it was Spielberg that recommended John Williams, and they called him in at the last moment, and so he was in the booth. And then when John Williams started playing it, he just went crazy. He just stood up and ran out and hugged him. And he said, "You saved my movie. You saved my movie." So there you go. That's how excited he was when he first heard the theme to it. So
That's
good
cool.
old Johnny, eh?
Because I think it would have been coming off Close Encounters music.
I think so. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Star Wars, of course.
Yes.
For years as a
So-
kid, I thought they both shared the same theme music for some reason.
What, Star Wars and Superman?
Just when I was a kid, it's the same music, and everyone at school thought the same for some reason.
Yeah. Well, he has his signature use of perfect fifths and perfect fourths and all of that often it does an Indiana Jones as well. But that's why partly it's so pleasant to the ear because we naturally go toward those.
But he's in his 90s now, isn't he?
Yeah,
and he's
almost.
doing. What
He's
is he doing?
retired.
Yeah, but he did Indiana Jones. That was the last thing he did, the fifth Indiana Jones. Apparently. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, John Williams is the best
Is
composer in the world, in my opinion.
Same here. Best in my lifetime.
Yeah.
okay. So we've obviously got the iconic score. I think this is the Krypton score, which I personally think is one of John Williams' finest.
And this is John Barry's set. John Barry's the designer, and he came up with the design for Krypton, which is the ice thing. So this is all his design. John Barry's famous for designing stuff for James Bond. Not to be confused with the composer John Barry.
Yeah, I thought that.
Yeah, I know it's
Yeah.
terrible. When I saw that credit, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
They all have different names.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the flyby of Krypton going into the Brando's apartment.
Yeah. Wow, it wasn't his apartment. It was
Wow.
No, it was a
court of law.
Yeah.
Court
Yeah.
of law. Yeah.
It does look like a model, but it does look fantastic.
That was a big model, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge. But yeah.
So this is the scene where it's Zod, General Zod.
And his lackeys.
Yeah. Well, General Zod, Non, and Ursa, right?
Yeah.
Because they were doing an insurrection, weren't they?
They're trying to take over Krypton.
Yeah.
And all these faces you see are famous British actors
They
that
are.
have been in the
Trevor Howard,
in the industry for years. But yeah, Trevor Howard's very famous in England, and Marlon Brando read from a cue card all the way through this movie. So there you go.
Well,
There you go.
He did that a lot. I heard
He did it all the
that
time.
He had to have his lines
Yeah.
written on stuff or hidden somewhere because he
Yeah.
refused to like memorize them.
It wasn't. It
So-
wasn't that he refused. He couldn't. He couldn't memorize them. So that's. I mean. In the last film, one of the last films he was in, I think it was one with Matthew Broderick. He had an earpiece in his ear, and somebody was reading the script to him, and he would just say it. So he could never remember.
Was
his
that because
lines.
was he lazy though?
I don't know whether he was lazy or I don't know whether his memory was bad. I have no idea. But it worked for
'cause
him though.
I forget where a director said it, but a director came out and said that he just refused to learn his lines. He didn't want to memorize them. Like, that's pretty weak, dude.
He's still good though, isn't he? He's just.
Yeah. He can
Is
act
there any
his
other
butt
person
off.
for this role?
No. Russell Crowe is not my Jor-El.
No, same here. I just
No.
Marlon
no,
Brando
no.
is my Jor-El.
no.
Yeah, same here.
Is perfect for Jor-El. I don't think another actor could ever outdo him in this role.
I love the idea that they give him the same curl as Superman.
Yeah.
His hair. That was really cool.
Here you go,
'Cause he's a
Franco.
daddy.
Hello, Franco. He demanded millions for this film. He did, and he
No,
Wow.
well, sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
Just a little documentary I watched today. Apparently, $3.7 million he got for that.
Yeah, but the
That's
thing
a
is, though,
lot for that
he
time.
didn't demand it. What it was that the Silkines wanted to connect two huge stars so they can get money for the film. So they went to every star going, everybody turned them down. And the only people that said yes was Gene Hackman and Marlon Brando. And they used those two to raise the rest of the money for the film. So there you go.
Kind of like Star
have a
Wars
star.
with Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
Here you go. Actually, Andrew, I'll start again. I'm pretty sure in an interview, Christopher Reeve said that he was incredibly lazy and difficult to work with.
Yeah, I think
Well,
so.
I don't know how Chris Reeves can say that because he didn't really work with him.
That's very true.
Yeah, he didn't really work with him. So that
rumor.
statement might be wrong. So yeah, I don't
Take
know.
that rumor with a pinch of salt, folks.
Yeah, as Doomcock says.
I was going to say, you're taking after a certain person.
Okay, so the faces in the background are passing judgment, aren't they? And the
jury.
It's the jury. It's even, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Jor-El has to make the deciding or cast the deciding vote, doesn't he?
It has to be unanimous.
Yeah.
And this is where Terence Stamp just is Terence Stamp, just so fantastic.
Well, he tells him that whatever decision they make, he's going to hold him responsible.
And
He
his
says to him.
heirs.
Yeah, that's it. Says to him. So yeah.
And he's only on screen for a few minutes in this movie, but he just makes such a great impression as Zod.
Well, the thing is, Terence Stamp is an old British actor, and he knows his beans. So there's no way you can give him a script and him being crap at, performing. all the people you see here, apart from the guy who plays Non, because he was a wrestler, they're all well-known British actors and from stage and screen, so they all know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? So
didn't Caroline Munro turn down the role of
she
Ursula
did.
for
She did, yeah.
Spy Love Me?
James Bond, yeah, she did.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. So Jarell's passed, said they're guilty, and this is where the Phantom Zone comes down, isn't it? This is where the big dome.
I love that.
Oh,
When you
this
see the
creeped
little.
me out.
Yeah.
Oh, did it?
Sorry, Teresa.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just love that whenever you see the little. I can't call it a cube, but you see that little rhomboid /
square laser
kind of
disc
flipping around like.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yes, take them, Phantom Zone for you. I always get excited in that scene.
I like how
And messes it
Zod.
up.
I like how Zod's very brave until that comes down. And he's, oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And then
noticed
there's
that. Yeah.
Cracks me up.
In those days, that effect was everybody went, wow, how did you do that? But now you can easily do that on After Effects now. You know what I mean? So it's crazy when you think about it.
Rotating cameras and stuff.
Yeah, it's a great scene though.
In this version, you see that square again, don't you?
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think you saw it on the theatrical one, did you?
Yeah. So when the ship is flying to Earth, it goes past it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because for some unbeknown reason, it's going the same way. But there you go.
Mm.
And what's going on now? This is where Jarell knows the planet is going to go.
He's trying
Bang.
to warn them. He's trying to
they're
say,
not
look,
listening, are they?
yeah, the planet's going to explode within 30 days, and we better do something about it. But they don't believe him. They one of the I think it was a woman said to him, she's a famous actress as well. Said to him, that it's just a shift in the orbit. It doesn't mean anything. Obviously, he's trying to persuade them. But just on another note as well, their costumes were made of special material that had
3M,
belt light at it so it can glow. So that's quite an achievement as well.
Yeah, but for crying out loud, all these people wearing white, I kept thinking, oh my gosh, you never wear white all the time. You spill things on it. You spill coffee on it. You spill wine. I mean, crying out loud, never drink red wine while you're wearing white.
Well, maybe at the maybe it's just for the council that they're wearing it. It's special robes for the council, and they have to have their signature on their chest, don't they? So where they come from and what they stand for. So it's just, I guess maybe it's just for the council. I don't know.
Well, but no, because his wife was wearing white too.
That is true. That is true.
And
So
definitely
I
a
don't
woman would not wear white.
No.
She wear black.
Exactly, because black slimming and white kind of supposedly makes you look fatter. So
Yeah,
I
and
don't
if it
know.
rains, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, that too.
All
I
right.
don't know the real reason.
Brando's hands placed perfectly against the symbol,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I only noticed that today.
He's a pro.
Yeah, so they know the planet's going, so they're making plans to get the wee nipper off the planet.
Baby Kal-El.
Yeah, there's the red sun of Krypton.
He peed in there, didn't he? When he was putting him in there, he peed. Yeah,
That's what
in the
I was
outtake.
wondering
In the
when I was
outtake, yeah.
rewatching this. I was like, where did he go potty?
Why is this crystal yellow?
I think in the outtake when he was putting him in there, he peed.
Oh, he really did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and they all started laughing. So there you go.
In the chat, Tyron Beard, that name rings a bell. Good day, peoples.
Good day, sir.
Long time no see.
This is where the planet is starting to move.
Susanna York was a good-looking woman when she was young, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, she was lovely.
Fantastic in the Battle of Britain.
Yeah, great blue eyes as well.
Which was on TV today. So the planet's starting to break up.
I don't know why they started running around. They know the planet's going to break up. They know they're going to die. What's the point of running around?
I don't know.
Just wait until something hits you.
If I was Jor-El there after Soups goes out, I'd be running about saying, I told you, did I say so?
Yeah, that other bitch was full of shit, man.
Yeah. Darn right.
The extended version, we get a lot more of the planet
Yeah, we do.
breaking up and the kind of people dying.
Panic
and,
as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder, why would they cut this scene in the theatrical?
It's too long. I mean, the film was
You think?
long as it was. But yeah, they had to cut bits out that didn't, if you cut those bits out, didn't really make any difference to the film. So
No. I agree with that. And honestly, like whenever they like in the extended version, I honestly haven't seen that version in like a year. But when they just draw out like the Krypton exploding and showing everybody, like I'm like that I don't need this scene. There are some scenes that I really think they could have kept in the movie, but that's not one of them.
Yeah.
There's a scene where the elders detect that Jor-El is using more energy. So they send this kind of it looks like a white ghost policeman. It's just a weird
the guy with the
scene.
helmet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's just a weird scene where it takes forever to go to where he's going, and then in the meantime the planet breaks up, so he never gets where he's going. Just weird scene.
Yeah, it's just kind of long and drawn out for nothing, and I don't think they needed to add it.
Superb miniature effects of the spacecraft going through the glass ceiling.
Yeah. And Jodie at the bottom. Sorry, that was just a horrible joke there. Yeah.
0 week. Chat,
Bacon. He's back.
Yes.
Yeah, we love bacon. We endorse bacon.
That's right. Amen, Teresa.
Boom.
I will say I am a vegan, unfortunately, but when I was doing the gardening yesterday, sorry, going on tangent, somebody was cooking bacon and I could smell it. And it really is true that vegans, vegetarians, bacon, the smell of bacon, incredible. Anyway, moving on.
So that was done.
Bacon.
That was done by wires. The ship flying past as the spark. That was incredible.
Yeah,
Done
that's pretty good.
old school. It's done old school. That bit. Yeah.
So they're looking at the ship departing, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going, bye, son. We're going to die, but hey, good luck.
At least
I hope
you
you
get
don't
to
die all
live.
the way through there. Sorry? What was that,
Sorry, Reni?
Reni?
Go on.
Oh no, they're just like, well, at least you get to live. Peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then off they go to the great beyond.
Yeah.
So we get the extended scenes of peril. I do like
That guy looks like he's
And
singing.
more. Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell?
Belting out one last song before the end.
Yeah.
There you go, Scotty. Krypton go boom. It does. Franco, he eats vegans for dinner.
Oh my god.
Not much meat
Oh
on them.
no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not much to eat there.
Look who's here, everybody. The lovely Sherry. Hello, Sherry. Good to see you.
Hi, Sherry.
Good to see ya.
To see you. To see you nice.
These things. Look at that. Ah.
Look, there we are.
And this
The
is where we have
star.
the
Baby,
red
come
Krypton.
out.
Yeah.
And right behind is Supergirl as well, because she escaped the planet as well, apparently.
Okay. I will say for the British viewers, that does look very Space 1999.
No, it was kind of animation. That shot was kind of animated. The ship was animated, so Space 1999 didn't do animation.
No, I mean the planet and the sun.
Yeah,
It did. So
boom. You can see right through those people. You can see right past-
it looked very kind of Logan's Run.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, they're all falling. Yeah.
When the Ascension.
Yeah.
Planet go bye bye.
Boom.
Appion's here. Hello, Appion. This movie is great. Just rewatched it the other day. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
So this is where we get the flight sequence of him going through the galaxy and learning.
Well, he's too young to learn, really. He's just hearing his dad's voice, isn't it?
It is, but not before passing, coincidentally.
The Phantom Zone.
Yeah. They're lucky they escaped the explosion.
Yeah, because I think when I watched it today, Jarell said when they were talking about punishment, we will die from the planet exploding, but those three will effectively be survivors of the planet.
Floating forever.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Mhm.
See, it's all there when you're actually listening properly. It's all there, all the little foreshadowing and stuff.
Mm.
Not that I know anything about movies, but moving on.
Yeah.
So the child is growing up.
Yes.
I'd like to know, what was his toileting?
Oh,
That's what I said. Like, what did he do? How did he go to the bathroom? Was
must
there a
have
chute
stunk.
for poop and pee? That came out one of those little spikes?
Those
Teresa,
things.
do you know?
Do I know?
What is
How he
what
went
the
potty.
toileting? Yeah.
No, the thing in there cleans his bum and washes him.
Yeah, maybe there's
That's what
like
it
a
does. Yeah.
radiation thing, like in Star Trek, where they, I don't know.
Beams it somewhere else.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I mean, it has to go somewhere.
You go, MC's in, covered in PI 55, yes. Appion says, do Kryptonians pee?
P. Well, I don't know. They
You
might
know,
not do.
that's yeah, that's
Here you go.
Lois
I'm not-
kind of asks that question a little bit, but then she changes it to eat. So it's like, do
That's
you?
that's
oh
true, she
yeah, good point out.
Maybe you don't.
Andy Mouse lowering the tone. That's usually my job, but yeah. Okay, so easy. We're approaching Earth.
Woot.
Here he comes.
This
There's
does look very. This looks very James Bond, Moonraker.
Hmm.
Mm.
The same guys that did his special effects.
Yeah, my
Same
brain
guys.
didn't work then. Is it
It's,
Derek Meddins?
Derek Meddins, yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it?
Look, who,
I think it was.
look
Derek
who's in,
Meddins.
everybody. Peacat's here. Hello, Peacat. Whoa!
Peacat!
Little Peacat.
And the sex bots are in.
Oh, no.
Oh, see, there you go.
And,
And somewhere it's Kansas, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Moonraker 1979, another great movie.
And he lands, and Glenn Ford, and I can't remember the woman's name. They're both two famous American actors, both of them. Phyllis something, I can't remember.
Phyllis, Phyllis Thaxter.
Thaxter.
And Glenn Ford, who's a famous actor.
Oh, great actor.
50s, 40s, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anybody who's watched a war film from that era.
Yeah. So classic.
Mm.
Boom.
So classic
Jonathan!
Rider Class. Yeah.
The meteor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scotty says he used the promo code for the sex bots, Brown.
Wow.
That's a thinking man's gag. Well done, Scotty.
I love these scenes though. They're so well shot, and the photography is really brilliant in these scenes as well. It's a different tone to the first half of the movie. This is the second half of the movie where they're, obviously in Kansas, and everything looks, very Americano and stuff. I just love the
Norman
photography in
Rockwell.
this. Yeah. I just love the photography in this.
Is that anywhere where near you live, Teresa or Reni, Kansas?
No.
Well, relatively speaking,
It's
no,
not next door. Okay. So that's the spacecraft that's landed. Or
Remember the
crashed.
line he says, "Oh my," doesn't he?
Oh my!
Yeah.
Brilliant.
well done.
Censorship, courtesy of not Brian Kent.
Right, young.
They'd never get away with that now.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, he wasn't really wearing any clothes when they put him in there. They just put
No,
him
he
in the
wasn't.
blanket or whatever.
The thing
That's
is,
his-
it wouldn't even cross anybody's mind back then, or even now. It's just, yeah. He's trying to fix a
Fix
blown
the tire.
Yeah.
And she's trying to convince him, that they should keep him, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so
Here you
cute.
go. Melvin Deeply, hello, Melvin. Ezra Miller as a boy.
No, don't give Ezra that kind of
start on
compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't even do the next comment.
He could have
from
broke her
Scotty.
neck there, couldn't he? I mean,
He could have
he's
squeezed
from
her
another
to death,
planet.
'cause
Yeah,
he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Yeah,
exactly. He could have just.
Okay, so straight away we're picking fault straight away.
For God's sake, don't mention broken necks on this stream. Jeez.
Yeah.
You just
okay.
Oh, here we go. The famous. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a
And
cool scene.
There we
I
are.
love
Yay.
that.
I love it. So cool.
Iconic.
Absolutely. Because they're
Did
like,
we-
well, who are his parents? We got to give him back. And then they're like, oh, he's not from here.
This boy could be handy on the farm. Let's keep him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we get anything like this on the Man of Steel version?
No. But we did get a scene where he was running and jumping, and the best scene in Man of Steel is when he was at school and he was trying to control his powers. I thought that was great. I thought they had more of that, but they didn't. So.
On the extended cut, the first 60 minutes is all this good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which was sadly lacking from Man of Steel, in my
I
opinion.
like the bit where they look at him and when he's holding up the truck, and then they look back at the at the thing he came in, and they look back at him. I thought it was quite funny. But yeah. That bit. Well, he's not from here.
Nobody's going to miss him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah,
sorry, Teresa. I was just going to say, I noticed when they were driving away, the glow of the spaceship went out.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. The reason why they cut that out is because it doesn't make any sense, because they had that. He actually picked it up, didn't he, and put it in the barn.
Yeah, they keep it.
So yeah, maybe drive away just to get a tractor or something like that to get it. I don't know. Because in the theatrical cut, you never see them drive away. They just look at it and then they cut to the football scene, don't they? So years later. And this guy was wearing a prosthetic nose, would you believe? And his voice was dubbed by Christopher Reeves. So there you go. Guess what?
What was it? What the name of the guy? Jeff? I can't remember his surname, but he didn't know he was getting overdubbed, did he?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I read somewhere that it was Christopher Reeve that dubbed over him, but I didn't realize he was wearing prosthetics.
Yeah, he's wearing a false prosthetic nose to match Chris Reeves.
Jeff East.
Yeah.
It's funny, all the times I've watched this, and the only time I noticed it was this afternoon. I mean, that's Christopher Reeve's voice.
Voice, yeah.
There's is it Lana Lang?
Lana Lane.
Yeah.
That's his first girlfriend.
Yeah.
Red-headed Lana Lane.
I thought it was
Lang.
She didn't. I was going to say I thought it was
yeah.
Lang because she
Well, I
doesn't
think
have
you're
the same
right.
last name as Lois.
Yeah,
Lois Lane.
Yeah,
Lana
you're right.
Lang.
You're
They always
right,
have
LL.
yeah.
Cool
Yeah.
J.
You don't see him knocking these over. You just turn around and they're all on the deck.
Yeah. That's because Brad did it. Knocked it over.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Because Brad's a dick.
There you go. Romeo, Lana Lang, MC, Lana Lang. I think Lana had invited him to a party.
Yeah.
Brad told him to sling your hook, basically.
But the bit where he kicks the ball, they fired it out of a cannon, didn't they?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
It was wooden, wasn't it?
Yeah, fired it out of a cannon. Just went flying.
That
It was a
a
good
long
scene
way.
because when I was a kid, I thought, "Wow, wish I could do that." Yeah. Oh, this is the bit where he's
The
running.
famous train scene.
So they had him on wires, and they just drove this truck that had him on wires, and his feet were inches off the ground, and he just had to move his legs, basically.
Oh.
So that's how they did that effect.
I will say for the British viewers, Shaking Stevens.
Exactly.
Shaking Stevens.
He does look a bit like Shaking Stevens.
Oh my gosh. I love this
Like-
because faster than a locomotive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had all these little moments that we would know from either the comics or the 50s TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Franco, rest in peace, Calicon. Indeed.
Okay. Actually, a lot of people think that effect was rubbish, but I think it's quite good, actually, when he was running.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
good for
Did
the
it
time.
work? Yeah, it worked. Yeah.
I thought his technique was a bit ropey when you see it, especially the scene from behind. And this is the young Lois Lane.
It is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
I
two-
completely forgot about that. Yeah.
And their parents are the two people that played Superman and Lois Lane in the 50s.
Ah, no way.
Oh.
So the
Top
guy,
trivia.
so the guy and the woman, she obviously played Lois Lane, and he
So
played
that's
Superman.
George Reeve?
Well, yeah, I thought
No,
he
it's
killed
not George
himself.
Reeves. It's someone else. I can't remember one of the first people that played Superman, I think.
Yeah, but I definitely recognize the chick as Lois Lane. Yeah, I used to watch that.
Because George Reeves shot himself, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
tragically.
Yeah.
Unless they used his twin.
The
'cause he
Curse
had
of
an identical
Superman.
Twin.
The Curse of Superman. Rocco the Brave. Hello, new face. See Lois and Clark's age gap in this scene. For 1978, the scene is awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah, but the weird thing is when they're both working at the Daily Planet or whatever, she looks to be his age or older. Just saying.
Yeah.
So they had
He-
to paint the wires out in this scene. So literally by hand, take each
Does he
frame and
age
paint the wires
slowly?
out.
Slower.
Sorry?
Does Clark Kent age slower?
I don't think
Maybe.
he does.
Well, but he's an alien and he might be able to, because remember on his trip to Earth, or was it a different, no, I think it was Fortress of Solitude. Jor-El mentioned something about immortality and its basis in truth or something like that. So.
Here you go. Cheers, Rocco. Clark ages slower, yes.
It's,
Well, there you go.
Also referenced in Superman and Lois TV series. Moving on.
Small
Nice little
high.
touch. Yeah. I love it.
Where he jumps right in front of
And
the
I love
train.
this scene. I really do. This
Yeah.
is one of my favorites. That when
Right
he
in
kicks
front
the
of the train.
football. I mean, it just
Yeah.
kills me. Love it.
This bit that had no reason to be in the movie at all. This bit, I thought this was stupid. The extended cut. Lois Lane. What she say to her? Lois
Yeah.
Lane, whoever it is. I can't remember the line.
you're
she said.
always
I thought-
making stuff up or
I
you're
thought,
always,
I thought,
tall tales or something,
Was it a little bit indulgent?
Well, it wasn't. It was just the way it was performed. It was really terrible. The way
It's a
it was
similar
supposed to
kind of
be.
gag to later on when he rescues the cat,
Yeah.
isn't it?
They took
yeah,
it out
the kid
the
getting
the
slapped.
TV version. They took the kids getting slapped out of the new version. Would you believe?
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
No,
it's
I would believe
crazy.
it.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Because
took
beating
it out.
children, I guess, is bad.
Very
well,
bad.
it is. Never
Like
mind,
Teresa,
that
the way you
sounded
said that.
terrible.
I remember everybody laughing
Especially
in
if you're in
the cinema.
Scotland.
No, it's bad. It is bad. Okay.
I remember everybody laughing in the cinema when that happened. I even laughed.
Yeah.
A joke. It's a joke. I mean, for God's sake.
Not anymore, it isn't. Okay, so
Still
that's
is.
the motorbike going into the distance.
That's him running.
No, it's a motorbike.
So they say.
It's
I-
Superman. Shut up.
I like to believe it's
Sorry.
Superman. Yeah.
So
How
he's
did you
got
get
to
here
the
so
party. Yeah,
fast? Clark.
Don't be showing off, Clark.
Oh, I love this scene though.
Oh,
I love this.
sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
One thing I
Yeah.
do know, son, is you're here for a reason. He says to him.
Exactly. And look, you can see how, this is his dad, even though there's adopted. I mean, this is the only parents he's ever known. And look at the fondness that they have.
Yeah.
Obviously, the affection.
And,
There's still that unconditional love between parent and child.
and-
Absolutely.
yeah.
and Kevin Costner died in a tornado.
Oh, for
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was so
I
dumb.
was going to say, how did this scene compare to Man
Oh.
of Steel?
Man of Steel was.
The Man of
This
Steel
kicked its
one
ass.
was rubbish. This made sense. This is an iconic moment in Superman's history. This is where he learns that with all his powers, he couldn't save his dad. And same thing with Spider-Man. Great power comes great responsibility. Superman and
Indeed.
Spider-Man have both those two things that are iconic. And Man of Steel, they got rid of it. It's ridiculous.
Here you go.
Absolutely.
No.
The mighty Peacat, and he is far superior father-son relationship
Yeah.
than Man of Steel.
It could have
Yeah,
worked,
agree.
though. Man of Steel, it could have worked. But, they just...
Man of Steel, if they had more of this at the beginning,
yeah,
they chose poorly, though, didn't they?
they did indeed.
Yeah.
Trying so hard to be different.
Mm.
Yeah, they went way off the. way off the.
This is still sad. When I was watching it today, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh gosh, and he
Oh.
just like is oh no, and then that's it.
because he's playing with the dog, isn't he? And then
Yeah. It's like, oh no.
Martha.
Mother!
What did you
Martha!
say?
What a load of rubbish.
That was so dumb.
Dumbest thing ever.
What did you say?
Stupid script.
I think we should do Justice League before
No,
Christmas.
we should never do Justice League.
The Snyder Cut. I'm
Yes,
in.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
the Snyder cut.
yeah.
I will admit.
Yeah.
I like
We will book a full week to do that one because it'll take that long.
just the slow motion.
Yes.
Justice League of America.
No, I
So-
loved it. I they did a black and white version of it that was available on HBO Max, and I loved that one.
right.
I thought it was even better in black and white.
Was it good?
Yeah, I liked it. That's the only Snyder one I liked was the Snyder cut of Justice League. I didn't care for the rest of them at all.
Mm.
I like the extended cut of Batman versus Superman, even though the
So
whole
do I.
Martha line was
So do I.
ridiculous. But the extended cut of Batman versus Superman was much, much better.
Here you go, MC. You could do Justice League in parts. Yes. I think we should.
I think we should leave it in parts. That's what I say.
Haters gonna hate.
So with all those powers, couldn't save his pap, could he?
Oh,
Save
that's
his dad.
So sad.
Oh, this scene. Oh, God.
Well,
mean,
that's
look at
the whole
that.
point, isn't it?
Oh,
Wasn't
Uh,
it? It's the whole point of the scene.
Beautifully shot and framed.
and the contrast from what's going to come later. This
Mm.
is a haven. This is home.
But it just goes to prove, doesn't it, that Richard Donner is an old school director. He came from the 40s and the 50s, and he's directed a lot of stuff. He knows about storytelling. He knows about to compose a shot and with the DOP and stuff like that. When you look at Man of Steel, it just doesn't even compare to something like this.
That scene is very, very well composed.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Funeral.
Yeah.
Sad.
Poor Martha, all alone.
and he wakes up one evening, and it's his time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's calling to him.
Yeah.
And I love the score for whenever he finds the ship, just perfect.
Oh, so sad. So
She's
sad.
like, we knew this day would come, son. We knew.
Oh, he wasn't meant to. And he was too good for this world.
But he was old anyway. Even before you met him, he was old.
Oh.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
I think if they could have bottled this one scene alone and put it in Man of Steel, they'd have done a lot better. But
there was so much things wrong with Man of Steel there. Not only that, the bit of the father dying, just a lot of stuff that was wrong about Man of Steel, as far as I was concerned.
Yeah. Russell Crowe is Jor-El.
Yeah, you got that Russell Crowe thing down, didn't you?
Just saying.
I thought the acting at the beginning of Man of Steel was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Took me right out of the film.
It's like Dungeons and Dragons, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A bit rubbish. He jumps on the dragon and all that nonsense. Anyway.
So this is where he's going for a long walk. He's going, where are you going? North.
Yeah.
Go see Santa Claus.
I was gonna say, it's gonna see the reindeer. Santa, I know him.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Here you go, Appion. They tried in Man of Steel to replicate it. Well, they failed.
Yeah, big time.
Here you go. Tim, I like saying this, Hannabom. Alberta, Canada landscape. I think that's the previous one. Here you go, look.
Yeah, I was going to say the other one looks like a set. That looks like a set.
Trudeau will be in there somewhere. Did anybody have a problem with two different actors?
No.
No.
Of course not.
Because with Reeve dubbing his voiceover and then this guy looking fairly similar to him, I mean, at the end of his solitude session, I mean, 12 years had passed, so it's believable.
Years, yes.
Yeah. So
here you go. I think we've been told off. Scotty, stop talking about Moss. I Love Superman. Better movie first.
Well, I've got a microphone and you don't, so you're going to listen to every word I have to say, Scott.
Oh my god.
He throws the crystal.
He throws the green crystal into the snow in Pinewood. and then everything starts popping.
Yeah. So cool.
Great design, though.
He goes, psh.
North, Miss Chest Marker. North.
Scott, you go, Scotty, Reni gets it. Yeah, we've heard that rumour, yes. And he's using the crystals for the first time.
Yeah.
So cool.
I think the first time I saw this was at school, Christmas. VHS.
You saw this film? What, on one of those big TVs? Well,
that they roll in the car.
Big at the time, big at the time. Yeah, at school,
At school, were you teaching your 20s, Brown? I didn't know that.
Where they used to have those wooden doors where you pulled them open, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did you in the snow?
No snow.
I remember those TVs.
I think we saw Superman 2 as well, the following year.
Superman 2.
And here we go, Jor-El. Could they have cast anybody else for this role? I don't think so.
No. Wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah. He carries weight. Literally.
Yeah, always
0 week.
Yeah, just watch Isle of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
God, no, don't.
He turns into a BAFTA, doesn't he, at the end?
does,
So
yeah.
his face turns into a BAFTA. They were hoping for one, and they got one actually. So there you go.
This part's a little bit confusing. Does he take him on like a 12-year journey through space? 'Cause
No,
it kind of references
I
it.
feel like it's just like a visual thing where he's
Yeah,
just
like
kind of learning
like
as
a
he
vision.
grows.
Yeah.
no,
But
it's
he's not
basically
going.
visually telling you that
Yeah.
in the 12 years, he's taught me everything about Krypton. He's taught me everything about what it's like to
Like
live on
all
the planet
28
and stuff.
galaxies and
Yeah.
all
All
that
the
stuff.
knowledge.
All the
yeah.
knowledge, yeah. And it's just an artistic way of showing that, he taught him all this within the 12 years that he was there.
Yeah.
There you go. Appion, his monologues are incredible. They are.
Yes.
It is forbidden for you to interfere with human history.
Yeah, I say that how many times in the movie?
I know. It's like, have you gotten
Three
the point?
times. 3 times, I think. But this scene here, this is the first time Christopher Reeve flew on wires. And this was the first take as well. And when he did this, everyone cheered in the studio,
nailed,
all
hasn't
the
he?
camera people and everything, because he literally made himself turn as he went past the camera.
All the core work with Darth Vader paid dividends.
Yes. Yeah. But the thing is, Chris Reeves, even before he worked with Dave Prowse, Chris Reeves knew how to fly, so he knew how to put his hands and how to have his legs. He obviously was into Superman comics and stuff, and he was trying to imitate the way Superman was drawn as he was flying. So
Yeah.
It was
He was
hand
very
gliding or something.
dedicated.
Sorry,
It was
say
hang gliding he was doing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So
he was
before-
into hang gliding.
So he
Yeah,
just-
so yeah.
He used a lot of that kind of physicality and balance in his
Yeah.
performance, which really makes it work, I think.
Yeah.
Shall we do a super chat?
Go on in.
I think you might have one from before the show too.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
A Romeo Tango November Zulu for 50. Can you believe that? 50 New Zealand dollars.
Oh, that's so nice.
Thanks again for doing this, Brian, Ian, and the ladies. This film means a lot to me. The opening credits and soaring score perfectly capturing the heroic nature of Superman takes me right back to 1978 he's shown his age here, as an 8-year-old in the dark cinema with his old man.
Mm.
Mm.
That's
awesome.
But it does take me back as well when I watch this movie. It's a great movie, It's got its faults, but it's still a great movie.
Yeah, it really is. Really is.
Shall we just say movie cynic and the Lord haven't seen it. They haven't seen this film. Can you believe it?
Well,
Yeah, Lost Chord and Movie Cynic, you guys need to see this. You don't
Fucking
have to
the
see the extended version, but at least watch just the regular movie. It's so good.
They call
and it's-
themselves movie critics as well. I've never fucking seen
Well, you
this. Can you
have to
believe
see
it?
Superman the movie
Jesus
then.
Christ.
It's a great movie, and it's so faithful to the comic adaptation, except for the early ones. But, it's so faithful. He does such a good job to do the truth, justice, and American way thing. It's just amazing.
Here you go, Melvin. Dave Prowse also works with John Travolta for Staying Alive.
Staying Alive.
I
Yeah.
did not know.
Staying Alive. Staying Alive. Staying
Staying
Alive.
Alive.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
You should do karaoke sometime, Ian. You're amazing.
Karaoke.
Always look on the bright side.
Karaoke.
Okay, so that is the first hour of the extended. So there's literally another film to come, isn't there? 2 hours to come.
Yeah.
Yay. And then it totally changes. I love this transition.
Oh, it's great.
But-
Next thing you know, Metropolis.
And you can see the Twin Towers there, look.
Yeah.
And this is a completely different tone now. So there's 3 tones in this movie, and this is the third one, which it hangs on towards the end. So this is all. Richard Donner was saying this is comic book tone, which it was kind of. He still kept it very grounded though. The stuff that he did, I just love. It's a shame that they don't have newspapers like this anymore. Old fashioned, obviously, with typewriters and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I thought these scenes were so well crafted. Just this with no action, no anything, just seeing all these interactions and things like this, and the taxi and getting is coming up, getting mugged. I loved it.
Which Wonder Woman copied. First Wonder Woman copied it. So there you go.
Appion, each act has a different tone. It does indeed.
Does, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when he's Clark Kent, he just blows me away with how good an actor, even a physical actor, he is.
And look at that guy that's mugging them. I mean, for God's sakes.
He's like, well, we better go with him, Lois. He said we have to. He's pointing
but hold on. The mugger's got a suit on. What's that all about? I mean...
He robs people with class.
It doesn't make any sense, but there you go.
It's silly, but it's funny.
Maybe they wanted to avoid a stereotype.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, even Lex Luthor wears a suit.
Here you go. I noticed this as well, Appion. I love how he has a hunch. And when he's Superman, his posture is perfect. Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still hella tall, and you can tell he's built. He's like a freaking tank, and it's like, so nobody notices that Clark, even though he's like a stumbling, goofy dude, that he's like strong AF, even though he can't supposedly open a bottle. So I just thought it was funny.
Pika asks, is that the mugger, the same one who falls off the building later?
It's not. It's not.
Okay.
I thought the suit was...
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I thought the suit was more to kind of think of the old style gangsters.
No, I agree with Miss Martin, because they couldn't have a black guy, because this is New York. Well, no, it's not. It's Metropolis, but it's kind of like New York. It would be a black guy that was mugging them, definitely, in the 70s. I'm not kidding.
That's the channel.
I'm not kidding.
And now you're demonetized.
I'm not kidding. It would be. That was what happened in the 70s. So,
sorry, folks.
And they couldn't do that because of the reasons why you guys are saying. So they couldn't do it. So they had to have. I just think it's a poor choice, really. The guy in the suit. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. Moving on, I guess.
Okay, for those that can't see, Ian is a black man, so he's allowed to say that.
Well,
half black.
Yeah. Do you remember that bit where he points the gun and he says, "You can't solve violence with a gun," and he moves the gun away from? I thought that was quite funny as well, when Clark Kent moves the gun away from. It was quite fun.
I love when he catches the bullet.
Yeah.
There you go. Appion. He catches the bullet, and I get that she heard the bullet, so she doesn't know he got shot at.
Yeah, but she does look for it. She looks at it.
Does she? Okay.
Maybe she thinks he missed.
At first she thinks he's been hit, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Because she got it in the back of the head by the looks of it.
Yeah, she would have got shot.
I love how, obviously this was the 70s. I love how he's wearing a hat. These days, they don't wear hats these days, do they? So,
no, not much.
I would say John Z, or is it John Z? But I'm kind of thinking it's John Z. I worked in Manhattan in the 70s. Wow.
He just
passes out.
He fainted, yeah. He says, it says what's in her bag. Verbatim, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's like, you just described the exact contents of my purse.
And he says, lucky guess.
Little smirk.
Christopher Reeve is just so good.
Yeah.
A lot of girls fancied him when he became Superman. I remember my sister fancied him.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Did you see his body and that perfectly chiseled face?
And he protects you and all that stuff.
Invite the ladies on, and this is what's happens. Bloody hell.
I mean, hell, even his quads in that suit, you can see how cut his quads are.
And Yeah, and he wasn't helped by the suit either. If you look at
Nope.
Henry Cavill's suit, he's got false muscles on top of his real muscles.
No,
But with
these are
this,
all real muscles,
yeah,
baby.
with Chris Reeves, yeah, he was built. Yeah, mate. So, wasn't helped by the
100%
suit.
authentic.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Dave Prowse earned his money, didn't he?
Mm.
Okay, let's.
Otis.
So this is where
Moronic.
this is a very, very long extended scene of this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of it,
no
it's just
point in this.
rambling through.
Yeah. Otis
yeah.
is such a and they even have like basically dirt to dirt kind of music for him, which is so
Yeah.
funny.
And
So
so
it's
this
gonna-
is this guy is a guy that Richard Donner always works with. In fact, this guy has been in all Richard Donner's movies.
Ned Beatty, really?
Not Ned Beatty, the policeman.
No, the
Oh.
this
I
guy
was
in the
like,
car.
Yeah,
Okay.
he always stars in Richard Donner's movies. He always puts him in there.
Oh, he was in Lethal Weapon as the.
As the Chief Murphy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, where have I seen him? Yeah,
He's also in
Lethal Weapon.
He's also in 16 Blocks. He gives the cake to
Oh wow.
to what's his name? Bruce Willis at the ending. One of his friends at the ending. Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of like a lucky charm to Richard Donner, apparently. So
I like this where he's trying to steal the paper or underpay, and the dog goes mental.
It's like,
yeah. So he gets run over by a train, that guy with the hat, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And Otis was created for the movie because there was no character in the comics called
No.
Otis, as far as I was concerned. So yeah.
No. There was no Otis.
Mm.
There's a secret doorway.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, I thought that a blind Stan Lee?
No,
it wasn't.
Not
No.
So he goes, that's how he does it.
Mm. Well, he's all
So
played
he
for
goes-
laughs, all this stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they get Ned Beatty? Did you say, Ian?
I don't know how they got him, but basically this character's not in the comics, so it was just comic relief, and what's his name didn't want to Gene Hackman didn't want to play him like in the comics, and I think Donner agreed, and they realized they needed a bit of levity, so that's how he portrayed Lex Luthor.
Yeah, because he also refused to remove his mustache.
There's a good
didn't he?
story behind that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yes, that is.
yeah. Oh no, you tell it, Brian, if you know it.
I think the only way he managed to persuade Gene Hackman to get rid of his moustache was to say, look, if you take off your moustache, I'll do the same. That will show you my commitment. So
Yeah.
Gene Hackman went away, shaved off his moustache, and when he came back, he said to Richard Donner, yeah, you need to get rid of your moustache. And Richard Donner peeled his off. He had a fake one.
Oh, that is messed up.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
That's not right.
Yeah.
He also refused to shave his head, didn't he? Or
Yeah,
wear
yeah,
a-
yeah. But that's understandable as well.
So,
But- Yeah.
so they do hint that he is wearing a wig.
Well, at the
Yeah,
ending,
because his hairstyle changes constantly.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that bit where he's swimming in the swimming pool and
Yeah.
what's his name jumps because he thinks it's something else, but it's his wig on the thing. So
And at the very end, you see him without his hair.
yeah,
Okay, this is where he kills the policeman by.
Pushing him out
Push-
onto
yeah.
the tracks.
That creeped me out as a kid. This like
Yeah, me too.
genuinely
Yeah.
frightened me.
Mm.
Boom. And he finds his hat.
Yeah. I like that bit where he goes, "You were followed again," and he flips around, thinks there's someone behind him. So thick.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
A lot of good comedy between these two.
Mm.
This is where we're kind of foreshadowing what he's going to be doing then, isn't it?
Mm.
Twin nuclear missiles.
Real estate.
Yeah.
Stupid plot.
Yeah.
Speaking of twin missiles, Miss Tessmacher, by the way.
Nah,
So
I know. I'm like
we don't
every
feed.
time.
Was it Feed the Beast?
Yeah, they cut this out of the film. He had this monster at the bottom of the thing, and yeah,
We
I
don't know
just
what
had
it
a
is, though, do
feeling.
we?
Yeah, I don't know what that. It's just stupid. It's just stupid.
PCAT, those are nice. Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is also one of my favorites.
Yeah,
This
I
whole
think it's
sequence.
everyone's favorite scenes.
I
think.
remember back in Blighty, when they were doing all the promotion for this, literally every television program that was doing promotion had this scene. And it was like, fuck, this is amazing. And the scene is, who wants to describe the scene? Anybody?
It's double jeopardy or triple jeopardy. That's what it is.
It became Double Jeopardy, didn't it?
Yeah,
was
it did.
supposed to be
Yeah,
single
it
at first.
did. Yeah, it did. Yeah. It's very good.
Lois Lane's going to meet the president on
President
Air
of
Force.
the United States.
Yeah, Air Force One, which will come into play later, won't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Harrison Ford is not on that one, so there you go.
No.
Yeah. But I don't understand what she's wearing there, though. It looks like a uniform, but it isn't, is it?
It's a bit like a Heidi High costume.
Yeah, it does. A bit.
Odeo.
It's the 70s.
Mm.
There you go, Andy. Iconic. It is, mate. Happy on Superman's biggest flex.
Yeah.
And they copied it in the stupid Bryan Singer version where he saved the
Brandon
plane. I was
Routh
like,
one?
this is so rubbish, you know.
The space shuttle.
And he says the same thing, you know, the best way to fly and all that rubbish. I'm like, couldn't you not think of something better to say?
But it's still better than Man of Steel, in my opinion.
Well,
yeah, well, both films have. I just don't like those films. Anyway, whatever.
He still wore the Superman panties too.
He did, but but thing is, though, he looked really gay in that film. I don't know. He did. I mean, his boots were too small. His red pants was really tight. You know, I don't know. It just seems so wrong.
I think he looked good, but that was just me.
So right.
I liked it.
It looked wrong.
Okay, so there's high winds, which is causing the cables to wave about on the floor, and one breaks loose and catches the helicopter.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I mean, talk about it's basically everyone's nightmare. Like as you're taking off, something like this happens.
Especially on top of a tall building.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is this part of real size helicopter, or is it a?
It's a model. I think
must be a big model then.
Yeah.
It's definitely miniatures at some point. I think.
Yeah, at some point.
Miniatures. Yeah.
You know the bit in For Your Eyes Only when James Bond's on a helicopter. That's all miniatures as well. I thought they were real when I first saw it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Just look. Because everything she's doing is just making it worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what's really funny about this scene?
Iconic, folks.
A hat falls off her head and it drops, and then when Clark Kent comes out, he picks it up, doesn't he? He picks it in front of the door. But when I was a kid, I never got that, and it's only when I saw it on TV I understood that was her hat. Isn't that weird? Weird.
Here you go, Tim. I like saying this. Hannah-Bomb, a big miniature. Yeah, it does look like a very large model. Yes.
I'll be helping myself to a big miniature later on with some ice.
I love all the kind of the voiceovers for the crowd.
Yeah.
yeah, it's terrifying. Now, if this were nowadays, everyone would have their iPhones out and filming it.
They would indeed.
Pretty much.
Let's live stream it.
It's like, oh yeah, we got to put this on Twitter and Facebook, and
I'm gonna go viral.
YouTube.
Yeah.
So he's come out. Superman Clark has come out the front of the building because I think he was posting a letter for Lois. He obviously must have got talking.
She told him to post it for her.
I love this bit. He looks at the phone box as if to say, "Oh, it's not going to work. Can't change
No.
it."
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, that was a lovely nod.
Mm. What's this bit?
He opens up his chest.
I love this bit. Say, Jim, whoa.
He goes through the little revolving door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, excuse me? And he goes, that's a bad outfit. Brilliant.
Excuse me just a minute. That's great.
And he just flies out there.
He doesn't even react as if to say, God, he's flying. He just goes, woo.
He goes, whoa.
Yeah, he loves his outfit, though.
Yeah. That's a bad outfit.
Yeah.
Jim.
Yeah. He goes, say, Jim. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Here you go, Picard. If there was a helicopter about to fall from the top of a building, I wouldn't. He's basically saying he wouldn't look up at it. He'd get out of the way.
Yeah, that's the smart thing to
That's,
do.
also-
that's common sense. Well done, Picard. That's common sense. Well done.
But
Nobody
people like to
notices.
gawk.
But nobody notices that they did this absolutely right. Okay, so in every Superman movie, when he saves someone from falling, he flies all the way up there and grabs them with the same momentum as he goes up. But I remember when they were discussing this scene, they were saying they can't have Superman do that when they save her. What he has to do is when he catches her, he has to come down a bit and then fly up to cushion the momentum of her falling. And that's exactly what they did in this scene. So if you notice, when he catches her, he catches her and then he goes down a bit. And then
He was going down. He was going down on Lois Lane then.
Oh, God, your mind's filthy. What is wrong with you?
That's movie number 2, sir. No.
It's like streaming with Benny Hill. This.
It is, isn't it? The same thing with the helicopter. When he catches the helicopter, you notice he goes down, so he stops the momentum of it falling, and then he pushes it up. So if you watch Man of Steel, he's moving so fast, he would have broke someone's neck if he saved someone with that speed and momentum. But anyway.
But it would have just been a blur. You wouldn't have seen anything because it would all been CGI.
Yeah, that person would have been dead.
Here you go, MC. Thank you, MC. I always can count on your support. Thank you, MC. At least somebody's got a sense of humour. Okay. So Lois is falling.
More ways than one, she's fallen.
Yeah. And then the famous line.
Is that a model of her? A miniature?
No.
Well,
that's
then
her
that must.
falling.
Well, is that a big helicopter then, or is it like forced perspective stuff?
I think I'm not sure, but I think I
Cheers,
don't know
Andy.
whether they've split the screen where the top bit is a model and the other bit is in the studio where they drop someone. You see that black well, as you got the window and then you got the black bit.
Yeah. It's faultless though, isn't it? It's
Yeah, they could
absolutely
have done a cut
faultless.
there. Yeah. So
Do you know? I've got a sneaking suspicion that was a full-size helicopter.
might have been. Wouldn't
Because
know.
I'm kind of remembering all these documentaries back when they were promoting this. I'm sure it was a full-size helicopter in certain scenes.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Incredible. That's probably where all the budget went.
Sorry.
Classic.
In the faraway shots, there's kind of a couple of matte composite pictures used with the optical printer machine.
Yeah.
It's the very bit.
It's called Zoptic. Mr. Zoptic created it.
That's
Didn't
it.
he? Zoptic effects, it was called. So, yeah.
It's just a
pretty good
shame
at
they
that.
couldn't clear the background up a little bit.
Well, I
with
mean,
CGI. But as we said last week, it's part of the charm of it, though, isn't it?
it still looks good. That bit looks really good.
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
you can see him. In Man of Steel, he's flying like a bullet and you just see a blur. So what is the point in him flying? But you could see him here.
Here we
You
go.
know?
We're going to give the... here you go. Romeo. Here we go, folks. Let's take a moment and remember that this scene was made in 1978, and the effects may seem a little dated today, but back then they were mind-blowing.
It's still mind-blowing.
Yeah,
The effects
they are.
is
Yeah.
completely acceptable for today's standards, these effects. So, yeah. think it's a great.
His posture there, though,
Yeah.
it's the Dave Prowse workout just paying dividends again, isn't it?
Mm.
Just the posture, it's just spot on. The strength it must have taken to get that pose.
Mm.
Easy miss. I've got you.
You've got me.
Who's got you?
I was waiting for somebody to say that. Yeah.
Peacat says, I can still watch this and believe a man can fly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were counting on, wasn't it?
Yeah. Look at those 70s clothes. Look at them.
How old is this film?
44 years?
Holy moly.
And it's still doing its job 44 years later. So
Well,
I
yeah,
think
it's
they
amazing.
succeeded, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's got
And
a heart
whatever
and
they
soul.
did to restore it or whatever, the quality's pretty good if you can catch it on Blu-ray. So
There you go, happy on masterpiece.
It is indeed.
yeah.
As I said, I love all the the kind of voices they dubbed over this. It's just great. See, that is a full-size helicopter.
Of course it is.
So, going back to what I said, yes, it was a full-size helicopter. Just incredible. And then he puts the helicopter down.
I love when he takes off here as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you? A friend.
Mm.
There you go,
looking at
Franco.
that.
Still holds up. It does.
Just looking at that Heidi High costume, Ruth Marrick had a bit of a
Howdy ho.
Superman haircut, didn't she? Z, hail Z.
Hello, Z.
Hey, Z.
And what
Look
does he
at
say
that.
here? Who are you?
Now she says, so who are you? And he says, a friend. And then just flies off.
Christopher Reeve said that the key to playing this character was to think of him as just being a friend. I always felt as if Superman was more of a kind of paternal, more of a father figure in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I always felt that way. I didn't feel like he was Daddy Superman. I felt like it was,
What do you
more
I mean, in
Right.
terms of the kind of someone who protects you and cares for you, that kind of thing, and he does it with all the humanity, except the bad guys, obviously.
See, yeah, I guess.
Big
I don't
brother.
know. I always just thought of him as more of just a really cool friend and protector.
Chris Reeves, mate. That's who he is.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He
And this
takes
is where he
off there,
flies off, and it is
Yeah.
great, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think he's going to do a bit of a flyby now around the city and stretch his legs, as it were.
Yeah, this bit was extended as well. There's no point in extending this scene at all. But there you go.
Jewelry thief.
Sorry, it was what they did there. And it falls.
And he falls down here.
That shot is just something out of an Alex Ross illustration. No, not this one.
You know,
next one. That one.
you know, when he takes off, when he lands with him and he gives him to the policeman, and when Superman takes off from that position, that's really cool because he's on wires, and he turns as he flies off.
Yeah.
He was just so committed to being faithful to who and what Superman is.
Yeah,
Going
down.
containment nicely.
There you go.
Not that he got
Trust
left off.
the time prophet. Superman is the patriarchy. Oof.
Oh.
That's a stream killer.
Something wrong with the elevator, he says.
Cheers, time prophet.
That bit was stupid because you can tell that guy was stuck to his desk,
Yeah.
and his face was all red because he was hanging. so he was hanging.
Oh, is that how
upside
they
down.
did it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how they did it. Yeah. Okay. So this, I remember they were saying this was really hard to paint out all the wires because you had the lights in the background and stuff, but they managed to do it anyway.
They did an amazing job then.
They did a great job, yeah. There you go, Picat. Reeve is Reeve is top of the list as an actor who was picture perfect live action from comic. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I messed that up, but I think you understand what I said.
It's just a bit where the jewel thieves are.
Yeah, again,
no,
this
not jewel thieves.
this was extended as well, wasn't it? Is this where they escape on the boat?
Yeah. Bad vibrations. Yeah, that bit.
I think they've escaped on the boat.
Yeah,
I think they are. Yes.
Yeah.
but you know what? Superman picks up the boat and delivers it to the policeman. All the policemen are like, "What are we going to do to this boat? We're going to have to spend money getting a crane to put it back in the water." Thanks, Superman.
I really like Christopher Reeve's face here, where he sees something going on in the distance.
Yeah.
Just so fantastic.
Who counts money like that? Look at that guy on the right. What's he doing?
Kissing it. Here you go, Romeo. What makes Superman super isn't that he has godlike power. It's that he has that power and only uses it
For
to
good.
so selfishly help others. Something no human would do. Well, probably not.
You mean
today.
selfless, not selfish?
That as well.
Yeah.
So they're counting their money. Here you go. Z in the chat, hello Z. It's like winning on bullseye. Lovely, smashing super.
Your BFH.
Yeah, bus fare home.
You bought Pharaoh.
That's when that music plays. When you see him. And that guy comes up with a crowbar and hits him on the head.
Yeah.
It's got bad vibrations.
Yeah.
Here you go, Tim. I like saying this. Hannah Bomb. I just found out Mario Puzo was head writer.
Oh man,
He
how did
was.
you just find that out? That's
No, but
just
he-
such an amazing fact.
That's still not true, though. He wrote the first draft.
He wrote the
and-
story.
Yeah, and what's his name? The guy who wrote James Bond and Richard Donner shaped it.
Yeah.
So,
But it's still cool to say the guy that wrote the Godfather books and the Godfather screenplays wrote this movie. It's
well,
pretty cool.
they use that, but really.
I think there's a channel called Joe Blow Originals YouTube channel. What I'll do is I'll put the link for the documentary in the description after the show. But I watched the documentary about Superman as homework, so you've got all the kind of relevant stuff in there as well. So I will post that link in the description. But it's a great documentary. Because this was a troubled production, wasn't it, Ian?
Very troubled. The stupid producers didn't know what they were doing, and Richard Donner knew exactly what he was doing, and they just gave him trouble all the way through because they thought he was, taking his time, which he was.
He was taking too long, though, was he?
No, because they didn't give him a deadline, so he just kept directing. Because they were inexperienced. I mean, they made other films, but they never did something as big as this. So Richard Donner was the one that actually made the film work. They didn't realize that they were just a bunch of idiots, put it that way. So anyway,
All producers are. Kathleen Kennedy.
She's not a producer. She's
Coffee for Mr. Spielberg. So he flies off. Yeah, moving on. I do like this scene where he flies off. It's good to have you back, Reni. He rescues a kitty
She gets
cat.
slapped.
Yeah. Kitty.
Crack, back of the head.
This man flew out the sky and rescued him. Haven't I told you to stop telling lies? Pew.
I hope the mom felt bad when she saw the news the next day.
Yeah, probably.
Has anybody watched Adam Savage's YouTube channel?
Ooh.
Not
I
familiar.
I
don't
think it's
watch
Adam
much YouTube.
Savage. He does all the kind of model making and the movie props.
Ooh.
All right.
And recently, I think this suit was up for sale at the prop
Oh,
store in
wow.
London. And they showed the original suit, and they said that they actually made an original weave for the material. It was like kind of like a sports compression top, but obviously back in the 70s, stuff like that was unheard of. Also, the Superman logo. Thank you. It's not actually sewn onto the suit. It's actually a panel that's cut out of the blue, and it's sewn in to the blue panel. And you actually see it on this. I can't remember the name. It is Adam Savage. I can't remember the name of his channel, but he does all the kind of movie stuff, and it's worth a watch. I'd love to know how much the Superman suit went for in the auction.
5p.
I doubt it. Here you go. Yeah, he was from Mythbusters.
It was, yeah. It was.
Andy, yeah, Savage has a YouTube channel. Yeah. I think he did the Aliens Pulse Rifle as well the other week, which was... Oh. Anyway, moving on. So here we go, Air Force One. Because obviously Lois was going to meet the president.
Yep.
Mhm.
Fly. Don't look, just fly.
Yeah, that was so good.
Think he's on drugs or something.
Yeah.
Same thing happened on Singer's version, didn't it?
No, yeah, well, it wasn't the
But it
president.
wasn't
It
Air
was
Force One.
stupid. It was just ridiculous.
Just an airliner,
Shuttle.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thing, and the reporters were in it. Lois Lane was in it.
Yeah.
They were launching a shuttle from it, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was Lois Lane. That actress was too young to play Lois Lane. She was very young.
Here you go. Cheers, Andy. At Mr. Brown Alliance, that's me. It's called, it's Tested, his channel. Adam Savage Tested. It's a great channel. If you're into all the kind of movie props and special effects and everything, it's just nerdgasm, as it were. So the plane's in trouble.
Oh, Superman saves it.
Well, it's Superman, isn't it? That's what he does.
Yeah, it's what he does.
Great miniature work, yes, Ian.
Well, you can tell it's a miniature. These scenes went so hot, but yeah, it is. As I said, I think it was Derek Meddings. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's Derek Meddings. The pilot's just in disbelief.
Ain't seen what it is. Just trust me. He says.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So
this bit, there's no point in this. I don't know why they put it. Well, it was the extended version, so I enjoyed saving it.
Yeah.
It's Poltergeist. That's what reminds me. Out there.
Yeah. Why is your head so big, Dad? Sorry. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, because he's kind of Brando says I kind of expected that you'd be enjoying it. Because I can't remember seeing this. This was just in the extended version, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was.
Correct.
It was. I think it was. It crept back in when they re-released it on DVD and special
and
edition.
Blu-ray.
So they put that back in.
I have the Blu-ray of the special edition.
You missed
Didn't
that bit where he met Richard Donner. So there's a scene in it where after he's done all these deeds, everybody's watching the TVs outside a store. Like a store selling TVs, and Clark Kent is there.
Television shop.
Yeah, that's it. Television shop. Clark Kent's there, and the guy next to him says, "Could you believe a man could fly or some nonsense like that?" And
Oh yeah.
he said, "Then that's Richard Donner."
Oh right.
Says that.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
That's right. I forgot about that.
yeah.
Tim, I like saying this. Hannah Bomb says it was the most expensive film to date
What, Superman?
Yeah.
at the time.
Oh, at the time, of course.
And then I think Star Trek.
I was going to say, I think Waterworld kicked its ass.
Oh yeah.
And then Star Trek, the motion picture.
Yeah, the year after. Yeah.
Yeah.
55 million.
That's what I'm saying. The producers,
A lot of
right?
money.
They
That's a
didn't
lot of
know
money.
what they were doing. They didn't give him any deadlines, so he just kept shooting the best he can. And
Because they were shooting 2 films back
Yeah.
to back, weren't they?
so the reason why it's got that crappy ending in the first movie is because that ending was meant for the second film, and so they had to splice them both together because
Donna
the money
was
was
supposed to direct both.
yeah.
right?
So
Yeah.
yeah. And so basically what happened is that Warner Brothers got cold feet and said, look, we want it released at Christmas time. So then they had to rush it all. And then had to steal the ending from the second movie and they put that in there and jig things around. And that was because of the producers, because the producers were just stupid.
Wasn't 75% of the second film shot by
Yeah.
Donna?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but they couldn't use
75%. Can you believe it?
they couldn't use 75% of it because Richard Lester wanted the credit for Superman 2. So he decided to reshoot Richard Donner's stuff. And I think at the end, if he has more than what was originally shot, then he gets the credit for the director. So he kind of chucked out a lot of stuff that Richard Donner did. So
Which is,
there you go.
I know it's not the best quality, but the Donner cut is just a better movie of Superman 2.
I haven't seen it, so I can't.
You haven't seen it?
Yeah, it's
You
great.
need to
version.
see it. Yeah, I think you would like it better. The storyline, everything just makes more sense. It's more fleshed out and not quite as cheesy. So,
The Donna cut Superman 2 is fantastic.
yeah. Like I said, it's got some cheesy moments, like visually, because some of the shots and they're not finished like they should be, but the storyline is just so much better. It just makes more sense.
General Zod with an M16. Excellent. Okay, so this is a TV shop with all the news of what's gone on. This isn't the Donna scene, is it, Ian? Probably not. Okay. So, back at the lair.
Mr. Schmager.
Oh, there he is. I wanted that swimming pool.
Yeah.
It's a great set, isn't it? Otis
What did-
bringing his gown.
What did he say? He said to him, "What is it? It might be a hoax. It's not a hoax because the only one that can put. Was it the only one that could do a hoax is as great as that? It's me." He said, "I saw
Yeah.
some stupid line like that."
Yeah.
Something like that.
And then the bit where he gives him his robe, he says, "Next time you give me a robe, make sure I'm out of the water." He says to him.
So back at the
I
Day
used
of the
to
Planet.
know all these lines when I was a kid. Look, Ma, no wires, he says in one, like he was looking all through the newspapers, wasn't he? And he says, "Yeah, I want Superman to be with the Daily Planet like bacon and eggs." And he carries on with it. I can't remember the line. Something like bacon and eggs, something in taxes or something. I can't remember. Ah, damn it.
Invite.
A friend. Ooh, I'm going to get lucky tonight, she's thinking.
Yeah, she dresses up awfully nice for just an interview.
Yeah. Krypton, is that with a C? No, it's with a K. Yeah, dumb woman. Yeah.
Easy.
It's where he takes her for a fly.
Is asked. She says, "What color underwear am I wearing?" Here you go. Secret comedy, pink.
Yeah.
Well,
She goes,
remember, he
"Have I
assumed at
embarrassed
first.
you?" And he goes, "No." And then he says pink, and then she says, "Sorry, Miss Lane, have I embarrassed you?" kind of gets her back, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Then obviously the foreshadowing with the lead
Yeah.
Yeah.
plant pot.
I never lie, he says. That will be his undoing.
So going for a fly now, and the Williams score for this is fantastic.
The only thing I don't like is I feel like this scene is a little bit drawn with her internal monologue. It's the it's pretty cringe, and I'm like, oh, do we really need to
Can
see
you
that
read my
much?
mind?
Yeah, it's just, it's not good writing. I'm like, oh,
But I
it's
liked
just
it.
annoying.
It was magical.
Yeah, I liked it as well. I liked it.
Do you know what you do to me?
Yeah.
Pink. No, just kidding.
Think pink. Or was it think brown?
Oh. Not on a first date.
Oh my god.
They had special things to make his
Dream
cape
killer.
flap, didn't they? Underneath his cape. To make it look like it was flapping in the wind. It's quite cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I figured they just used a fan.
No, well, yeah, they can't create that effect, can you, with fans?
In the chat, Z3PO, can you read my mind? Unfortunately, yes.
Sadly to say.
How is Uncle Owen? Is he okay?
They released that as a single too.
Did they?
And you see it at the end of in the credits.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, when she's doing the can you read my mind, it is I think it maybe do you think it just went on a little bit too long, that little bit?
Yes.
Yeah,
Maybe
I felt like it
a
was drawn out.
sentence. Yeah, it's just like because I think we got the point quite quickly. But anyway. They're going up into the clouds now.
I liked this. I mean, maybe at the time, because back in the 70s, back in the olden days, people's attention spans wasn't as ADHD, so.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Secret
Marlon.
comedy. Secret comedy. Well, when you went to watch a movie back in the day, you would watch it. You wouldn't play on your phones, would you?
Nope.
No, you paid
sit and watch.
attention.
Yeah.
Well, and you
you
wouldn't
ate
get to see
popcorn.
the movie until they showed it on TV because we didn't even have VHS. That didn't become common till about what? We got our
81?
first in
82?
Yeah. Well, we had our first VCR in 1981. But I don't know if they released the movies on them until a little bit later.
I remember they were like $100 and all that stuff for a VHS tape sometimes.
They were
That's why you had to
expensive.
rent it and just get another video and copy, allegedly.
Make sure you rewind. Be kind.
Oh
and
yeah,
rewind.
be kind. Yes, and you had rewind machines you could buy.
Yeah.
Here you go, some good trivia from Z. When Superman was released to VHS in June 1979 by Warner Home Video, it was whittled down from 143 minutes to 127 minutes. Wow.
That sucks.
Well, that was the thing I want to say in the 80s was like when you went and watched a movie at the theater, it was always different or shorter on VHS. And it's like, I could swear this is missing something, you know?
Appion says, Superman says Peter Pan flew with children. He did?
Yeah.
Very problematic these days, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not appropriate.
Yeah. Not on this channel, anyway.
Comes into the bedroom at night to fly away with the children. No, thank you.
Stream's taking a very dark turn.
It is.
Tell your mom I'm the tooth fairy.
Oh no.
So this scene here was done all in one take. So basically, he says goodbye, and it follows Lois Lane, and knocking on the door is Clark Kent. And how they achieved that was that. So how they achieved it was that she was looking at a back projection. That was basically a cinema screen there of Chris Reeves as he flies off, and then as she turns, all in one shot, she walks into the real set, and there's Chris Reeves right there. So that's how they did that.
That's cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
First, I thought you were going to say he did a quick change, and I was going to go,
No, because it's
I
all
was
done in
gonna
one
say,
take.
How
One
do you
take
put on a
without
suit that fast?
without cutting. Obviously, she was looking at a screen there. So yeah, so that's how they did that. He was about to tell her he was Superman, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
just going to spill the beans quite
Lois,
quickly.
I've got something to tell you.
This is the bit. This is the bit you should watch for the posture.
Yeah. He comes up, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
how he does
Oh,
both
yeah.
roles.
And he goes, and she turns up. I was really excited about this. He says,
It's such a good bit of acting. He captures both characters so well in between both
he
of them.
does. Yeah, he does.
Here you go. Appion, perfect editing. Sorry, it flowed so perfectly.
Yeah.
And again, he references the posture, yeah. So, meanwhile, back at the lair.
With Superman.
Yeah.
That's a bit problematic, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's Perry who's put that headline in.
Yeah. He almost falls off the thing, doesn't he, when Otis is being stupid.
So, what they're discussing here then?
Krypton.
It's Krypton, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
The
basically figuring it out, isn't
meteorite.
he? Yeah, he's figuring it out.
That
What I
was
don't
the
get
guy
is
who.
he says that. Sorry, bro.
Go on. No, go on.
He says that Krypton was destroyed in 1948. Or apparently
Yes.
Superman said that, and then but earlier on you hear Jor-El
Yes.
saying, "I've been dead for many thousands of years."
Of your
Yes.
years. Yeah. He does say that.
Well, maybe years are different in scale when it comes to Earth. I don't know.
Something doesn't quite add up.
Maybe 2 days means one year on Krypton. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting point. I'm sure Brian Cox could sort that out, but moving on.
Pretty sure.
Well,
he
maybe
did.
that's when the meteorite. Well, no, I was gonna say maybe that's when the meteorite was found. I don't know, but no, that's not true. I don't know.
So this is the one of the test missiles, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
this-
here you go, Franco, time dilation.
Yeah, and JR's in this scene, which I found
Yes, Larry
quite
Hackman.
funny. Yeah, I thought it was
Z,
quite funny.
if anybody would know Z time space dilation. MC says dog ears. Cheers, MC. I wonder where this is. There's just something about American roads that as a Brit, I just love. I know you guys probably just used to it, but
Yeah.
Because they're straight.
just
Not in California, they're not. They go wind up mountains and awful.
so this is where he's hatching up a plan to steal the missiles.
How hard can it be?
Quite easy.
Especially if you're Miss Teschmacher
Yeah.
distracting them.
Just
He's like,
rip-
well, I guess I'm going to have to do the chest compressions myself. Guys, turn around.
yeah. We're short red dress. It always works.
Pick at Miss Tessmacher is on fire here. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few non-consensual kisses in this movie.
Easy. Time Profit. Americans drive on the wrong side of the road. They do.
No, we drive on the right side of the road. It literally says RIGHT side
Yeah.
of the road.
So there. Yeah. There we are. Well, and dang it, when you all have manual, you have to do manual backwards because you do it with your left hand. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I couldn't
JR.
do that.
Yeah.
Can't you drive a manual?
I can actually. I had a stick shift.
Okay.
I
Good for
hated
you.
it, but like I can actually do it.
Yeah, I can't really. My sister does, and she knew how to do it in Ireland, so that's why I always try to take her with me when I go because I can't drive.
John Z says we invented the bloody car.
Oh boy, fighting words.
Oh,
Oh yeah, there's J. Is that JR there?
It is.
Mary Hackman.
I loved Dallas.
Oh, Dallas was awesome.
oh, that's right. That is Larry Hagman. That's great.
Yes.
I didn't
Yep.
even notice that when I watched it.
Well, when I went to visit
Well
Reni,
done, Reni.
when I went to visit Reni, I went to Southwark.
Yeah.
Ah,
Get to see the
there you
little
go.
mini ponies.
Yes,
Yeah,
I did. I saw
I think
everything.
it's hilarious that when Europeans come over, like from England and Ireland, all the ones I know, they do exactly that. They were like, "Can we see South Fork?" And we're like,
Yeah.
"What's the Alamo?"
It's awesome.
Here you go, folks. The wonderful Tim, I really do like saying this, Hannabom. I recognise that location just outside Calgary near Banff.
Okay, take your word for it.
It does look very nice up there.
So does Miss Teschmarker.
That's a lot of soldiers for one.
Well,
woman.
it's
Did they all
carrying a
get go?
nuclear missile, isn't it? Aren't they? So
Yeah.
All the Russian sex bots are
Back in full swing.
I'm sure my mods will take care of them. I hope they do anyway. Make sure we get their address first, those folks.
Oh no! Speaking of sex bots, it's like I guess I need to do
Another
mouth to
wig.
mouth too.
yeah, I know. Yeah, that seems funny. And he writes the wrong number, doesn't he, on his hand? What's his name? Otis said I have to do it again.
Well, he has the right number, but he
Well, he
combined
does
the
it.
third and the
Yeah.
fourth.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
In the extended version, he batters lumps out of him. Doesn't he?
Oh, does
You
he?
see the elbow going
I
back
can't
and everything.
remember. All right. Can't remember.
Peacat with the quote.
Is it that one? Do you want to read it?
Ah, it's just a quote from the film. Otis, do you want to see a long arm? A really long arm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a goodie in this film, wasn't she?
Towards the ending, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ultimately. Well, she didn't want her mom to be blown up.
Yeah. Save my mum. I know you're gonna. If you say you will, I know you will because you don't lie. She says to him.
Yeah.
Here you go, Romeo. Larry Hagman. Wait until you see Cliff Claven. He shows up in the missile control room.
Yes.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He was on last week as well, wasn't
No,
he?
two films, 2 consecutive Saturdays. Cliff Clavin and the Waldorf salad guy in both movies.
Is he in John Wick?
I don't think so.
Is he in Nobody? No.
It's coming up, Rocco.
Is he in Shoot 'em Up? No. That's the choice for next week, by the way, folks. Shoot 'em Up, John Wick, or Nobody. It's on the community page. So after the stream, at your leisure, if you vote for next week's movie, that will be great. So Shoot 'em Up. I think that was Clive Owen, John Wick, Keanu Reeves, and Nobody, which is a lovely film, isn't it, Ian?
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk. So, okay, let's move on. Community page, everybody.
Yeah, she has to do the numbers now, doesn't she? Because I always messed it up.
Wide load. Because we're 3 years old.
All right, so he's gone from being a ambulance man to he looks like the sheriff or something. Is he the sheriff?
I don't know, but why does he have a cowboy hat? It's not Texas.
I can't remember this scene.
He's a truck driver in this
Yeah,
one.
I can't remember this scene.
Yeah, he's driving a truck. So he's just a cowboy truck driver, I guess.
Why not?
And Jimmy Olsen
Hoover
is there
Dam.
to take pictures, of the Hoover Dam.
Of course.
I've been there.
To the Hoover Dam?
I have, yes.
So have I.
Well,
I think I've
I
been
have.
there 2 times.
Do you know what's
Right.
interesting about whoever plays Jimmy Olsen? They never portray Jimmy Olsen as a redhead ever in any iteration of Superman ever.
Oh.
Also, Stream Killer, Redheads.
That's what I'm saying. Have
Hollywood
you
way.
ever known the
Hollywood way.
Superman version that actually had Jimmy Olsen as a redhead? Because in the comic, he's a redhead, isn't he?
Did he have freckles as well?
He did, yeah. He did.
Problematic. Didn't Barbara Gordon, wasn't she ginger?
Barbara
Oh,
Gordon.
Yeah, Batgirl. Or am
Yeah,
I
she
just
was.
making
Yeah.
that up?
Yeah, she was. But she was wearing a
Ginger
wig.
side.
Yeah.
In the film, she wears a wig, doesn't she? Or in the TV show, the 60s TV show, she wears a wig.
Right.
Apparently. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Hoover Dam, there's a time zone that goes through there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's
Straight-
specific to
Yeah.
Mountain.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it will take you an hour to walk, or -1 hour, depending on which way you walk. Moving on. Jimmy,
Highly
take some
recommend
photographs?
checking it out, Teresa. Sorry, Brown. It's pretty cool and it's pretty massive. So,
How far is it?
Product
what she said.
placement again.
Yeah.
I'll have to Google it.
Although I wouldn't go in the middle of summer because my one memory I do have of the Hoover Dam was, I think it was about 115 degrees, and it was like,
Yeah.
with the heat, the
okay.
sun
It's
hitting
like
the concrete. Oh,
right
my
by the
God.
desert. Yeah.
You don't
Jesus
want to do anything in
Christ.
the summer, not around here.
Yeah, unbearable heat.
Now she's doing that while she's driving, and that's not safe. And I don't even know if she's wearing a seatbelt.
Why is she
Yeah.
there again? Remind me.
She's investigating a story about land being bought up,
Being-
worthless
yeah.
land being
Oh,
bought
right,
up for
okay.
fortune, which is
Yeah.
key to the Lex Luthor plot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love the car because it always reminds me of Duel in that Duel, the film that Spielberg directed. Her red car.
Time Profit, Mr. Brown, that's me. What is that in proper temperature? Scorchio, mate.
Scorch, yeah. He tells him about somebody steals this green rock and he doesn't understand. Yeah, and Clark Kent says he doesn't understand violence in any shape or form. Then he hears this noise. Only dogs can hear.
Yeah.
And this is Luthor speaking to him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Only one thing with less than 4 legs can hear this frequency, Superman. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, was that an educated guess from Luthor?
I guess.
I think it was in his
Omnibus.
interview. Sorry, Teresa, go ahead.
Oh, was it in the interview with Clark Lewis?
That's what I was thinking. It's just it was in the
Ah,
interview, but we didn't get
foreshadowing.
to see
Okay,
or hear
right.
all of it.
Very good. Very good.
So
This is where he falls out the window, isn't it?
yeah, just like
mid-flight.
yeah, and his suit just turns into the Superman suit.
Yeah, well, it's great. No, well, the thing is that he can move so fast. He just basically changes the speed of light, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So
I think that's cool.
yeah, he's still got his trousers on though, the top half. If you notice, when he changes, look, see, he's still got his trousers on. There you go.
Oh yeah, he's got his
Yeah,
trousers
right
on there.
Yeah. And then as he flies up, he removes his trousers. The speed of light.
They had to change the colour of the suit, didn't they? So it wouldn't blend in with some of the.
Well, yeah, when they did
screen.
the blue screen, when they did the blue screen, that's.
I didn't know that when I was doing the slides, and I kept thinking, "What's going on here?" I'm trying to change the settings, thinking it was something I was doing wrong until I watched that documentary.
Franco asks, "Where does his clothes go?"
Well, according to the comics, if he
Dry
changes
cleaners.
in the speed of light, he folds it up so minute. He folds the clothes up so minute. He's got it in his fingers, and he can just push it in his belt. Apparently,
him and the Hulk could have a good little arrangement going where he picks up his clothes and sticks them on. Saves them
Look at that guy with the afro on the left. Brilliant.
Age of perms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand back, please. Stand back. There's nothing
On
to be afraid of.
TV, when back in the day, they always showed this on the kind of
Oh, God,
documentaries.
yeah. Awesome. Awesome scene.
Yeah,
Oh, I
stand
love
back.
it.
So he's gone into the lair. What's this? I can't make this out.
I'd never seen this before. This is some new Lex Luthor using a whole load of methods to try and kill him, including
This was when they re-released it on DVD. This is one of the scenes they put back in.
Oh, okay.
Such a cool effect, isn't it?
With all the cool little traps and stuff, and he has to use his fire and ice breath and all that stuff. And
Well, do you know how they did the sparks on when he was getting shot at? They used a mirror and they had sparks. So they just had sparks. The sparks would be on the mirror, and he'd just be behind the mirror. It's crazy. And today they can just easily do that on After Effects, but those they had to go that far in those days. Crazy.
This looks like it's getting frozen.
Yep.
And he uses the beams from his eyeballs.
Yay,
He
Superman.
melts it.
So he's being tested with basically everything, hasn't he?
Condemned,
Fire.
it says there on the door, and a bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I love that bit. Take the man's cape. It just looks something like that.
Yeah.
Hello, buddy.
I don't think he wants me to lick Mr. Luthor. That's it. It's so funny.
Do you think Hackman enjoyed doing this, or was it just a payday?
Hackman loved doing this. He actually says it in an interview. He's really old now. Obviously he's later in years, but he always says it was a joy working with Richard Donner because they're both friends, aren't they? So, but yeah, Hackman's a really brilliant actor, but he's very difficult to work with, apparently. So. Boom. Let off all those missiles.
Oh, is this where the missile is?
Yeah. We're gonna.
John Z. Hackman is a Joker.
Apparently.
Franco, the acting is so brilliant.
Yeah. Yep.
All these British guys. Are they British? I think they're British, all these people.
Old jobbing actors, aren't they?
Yeah.
Anybody who lived in Britain would recognise most of these extras in this film.
Old footage.
Yeah, stock footage, yeah.
Stock footage, yeah.
Superman's unaware of this going on then.
It just puzzles me why Superman just didn't grab him and took him to jail. But then again, I guess he had nothing. He had no evidence. I guess I don't know.
Plus, the film would have ended quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
And he had to monologue.
Yeah. This is Otisville, isn't it? Where he writes Otisville.
Yeah, it's like Otisville.
Otisburg.
Otisburg, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so what the plot is that they're gonna nuke the San Andreas fault, isn't it?
Mhm.
To
Yep.
put
To make all
California.
undesirable
Yeah.
land desirable.
yeah.
He's gonna
Bill
kill
Hicks has got an
millions.
album called Arizona Bay. It's basically the same thing. The entire of whole California just disappears into the sea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What did they do in the singer version?
The same thing was
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh,
But it was off the coast of Metropolis instead
Yeah.
of California.
Stupid script. Stupid film, in fact. Superman becomes a
Yeah.
stalker in that one for some reason.
Well, in all fairness, so he has a kid that he doesn't know about.
Yeah, so he stalks her. Do you know what I mean?
Well, she
Stupid.
didn't tell him.
Doesn't matter. Still stalked her.
the bearer of good news, Z3PO. Ironic, as this is probably what's going to happen at some point in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they were there. Everybody that lives there are warned that it might
Yeah.
happen, and they still live there. So,
San Francisco will be the first to go.
mm.
Yeah, because it's pretty much at sea level in some parts. so.
Otisburg.
Costa del Lex.
Yeah,
Oh, my
Tashimaka
goodness.
Peaks. There's a Benny Hill joke up the top left. Never
yeah.
noticed that before.
Yeah.
Sick.
Lexington. Lex Springs. What is it? Otis.
Otisburg. He just wrote it on there.
Marina del Lex. And what did you say the top one was, Brian?
Tashimaka Peaks, as in Miss Tashimaka. It's a bit of a
Miss
sexist
Teshmarker.
joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaks it. And Otis goes, ooh. He breaks it.
Right. So this is Lois, isn't it? Back.
Yeah,
Or is
there's
it-
no need for this scene either. Just stretching it out for no reason.
Yeah. At this
Fucking
point, I'm
still.
like, just blow everybody up.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's get moving.
Cliff Clavin.
All this,
Waldorf
there's no need for
salad.
this. Yeah,
Waldorf salad.
That guy was in Empire Strikes Back.
he was. I can't remember his name though. General something.
Yeah.
They're all
But
generals.
the one in the hat or the one without the hat?
With a
The one
phone.
without the hat.
Oh, gosh, I'm trying to see.
He's trying to ring Batman on his red phone, isn't he?
It's not
Wrong
working.
hero. Yeah, it's not working.
Damn it.
See, all this is unnecessary. I don't know
I
why
can't
they
remember that.
stuck
What's
all
this one? I
stuff.
can't remember this.
I can't remember it either, but
This
it was just
is-
necessary.
This is
Play some golf.
it's basically taking the mickey out of the president of the United States. That's who's been contacted here. And he's playing golf and he can't be bothered.
Here you go. As we said last week, Tim, I like saying Hannah Bomb. Yeah, Faulty Towers 2, the Waldorf salad. Yeah. Just my mouse fails again. I need a new mouse, folks. So what's he saying now? The missiles are going batshit crazy.
Going the wrong way.
Here you go. Romeo, agree with Ian. Superman Returns is dreadful. It tries to copy this film, but totally fails. Routh looked the part, but had none of Reeve's charm or acting talent.
I agree.
I just remember being massively disappointed by that film. I think everybody was genuinely looking forward to it.
It was terrible. Absolutely
It
terrible.
was awful.
They just ripped it. They just copied every scene. It's ridiculous.
So this is the missile that's off course now, isn't it?
It certainly is. Certainly
That's the other one.
is. Mm.
That's why you don't play with bombs.
Mm.
That's right.
Double jeopardy. Phrase him around.
So his patience is running out, isn't it? Here you go. Appian was awful. He was.
Well, he was awful because the script was awful. I'm pretty sure if he had a really decent script, he'd probably make an awesome Lex Luthor. But, because he's a good actor, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he's going to be doing much of anything anymore.
I was going to say...
No.
You okay there, Brown? Sound like you had something in your throat.
It was called the demonetization cough. Hashtag demonetization cough. You heard it first, folks.
Don't open the box.
Oh, there we are.
The
you
legged
go.
box. Teresa, when you get monetized, you will learn that cough.
Is it
Moving on.
Oh, what you say instead of, or
It's to trick the algorithm. Here you go, Appian, American Beauty.
Ew.
He was fantastic in that film.
It was great.
Such a great film. Tim Hannabom, Mr. Brown, so paranoid. Who said that?
20 years in the gear that does that to you, Brown.
It does. It does, mate. It does. 30 years. So he's been shown the Krypton Knight for the first time.
Yep. And he's not happy.
He looks triggered.
Yeah.
Hashtag triggered.
Superman triggered.
Lex Luthor, very evil man. And he chucks him in a swimming pool.
Yeah. Would he just stay there, or would he die a slow death?
I don't know. I always thought that Kryptonite was meant to take away his powers, but it's kind of different in this film, I guess. It just weakens him.
Yeah, so he's going to
Ellie already said that Kryptonite would kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaves him to
eventually.
die, but
It's like a poison or a toxin, in my opinion.
Yeah. Says, what about my mum? He looks at his watch and he goes, nope. Nope.
This is why she turned good then, wasn't it? Because she was...
Well, she didn't turn good because in the second one she was still with him in the second one.
because she helped him break out of jail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was more she just was the only way to save her mother.
Yeah.
But I don't know. After this, maybe I wouldn't be so loyal to him.
Yeah, same.
Here you go, Tim Hannabom. It's like deal or no deal. What's in the box? Yeah.
I think it's Gwyneth Paltrow's
Meghan
head in it.
Markle.
Oh,
Wow, technology these days, eh? Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
United States.
Yeah.
So this is where he's asking for help.
And
So it
she's
must
asking
be-
for help as well.
He's not totally paralyzed, is he? He's just kind of
No.
disabled.
Yeah.
Is that
And she jumps in as well. Ooh.
yeah, she jumps in.
Just happens to be wearing white.
You see,
Yeah.
I told you that's why women don't wear white.
Yeah.
And then she Me Too's him.
And then she
Yeah.
throws she throws it and then it goes down the drain, doesn't it? The
Yeah.
kryptonite goes down the drain. Why did you kiss me? Because I didn't.
Why
get
did
a
you kiss me
chance
before
to
you
do
took it off?
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd let me.
Yeah.
He's a hunk, though, isn't he?
No, that's the wrong character. That's Marvel, the Hulk.
I think we've got some hot news, hot off the
The press.
Kennedy press.
Here you go.
Z3PO, Elon Musk reinstating Trump.
as president, didn't know he had that much power on his hands.
Well, now you know for sure you've gotten demonetized.
All I will say on that subject is everybody was well off, not just in the US, over here as well. I think everybody's well off worldwide, but just saying.
You can't give him credit for that. Anyway, let's not go into this.
Well, we won't. But
We're
anyway.
talking about Superman here.
Yeah.
So the kryptonite has gone down the drain. Do
Yeah,
we
it
ever
has.
see that again?
No, we don't, because Richard Pryor had to make a new one up, didn't he? Yeah.
In Superman 3.
Tar.
Yeah.
Tar.
I like when he zooms and he smashes through the ceiling. That's terrific, isn't it? And you see all the little lumps of things come down. It's crazy. This effect was really awful, though, this one, where he turns in the sky.
Oh,
We've got
gosh.
some more important news.
What's that?
Time Profits in the chat. Elon has been... Sorry, I'll start again. Elon has reinstated Trump, but totally ignored at problem being.
Oh, dear.
Justice for problem being. Hashtag justice for problem being, folks. She looks...
She's pretty hot
stoned.
there. She was pretty hot there, actually.
Here you go, folks.
Don't forget she's crazy.
Well,
Oh,
she
yeah.
was. She
Yeah.
was.
She had a very
Z3
tragic end, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag free problem being.
They didn't get
Chris-
on, though, her and Chris Reeves, when they were making the film.
Really?
No. Chris Reeves is very serious about the process, and she was just joking around, and he
She just like
took offense to it.
cocking about.
Yeah, he took offense to it. But throughout the years, they became good friends. But yeah, when they were making the film, they were like brother and sister arguing. That's the way Richard Donner described them. So
Here you go, Franco. Hashtag free problem being.
It was great, the reverence that Christopher Reeve showed towards the source material.
Yes.
He really cared about that. It's so different, and he's no ego about him at all. He's so
No.
different
Yeah.
to your usual Hollywood twat.
Professional.
give a little bit of your life. That was the song playing in our car.
Z3PO, rest in peace, Carl Clone. Wiki Fever, blah, blah, free problem being.
Hail Wookie.
This is the. Is this now going into the ending of Superman 2 or what would have been?
The ending where he spins the Earth back is from Superman 2 originally, but they had to shoot, I think, extra scenes to make it work within this context.
Oh,
of the
okay.
film. Yeah.
So she's run out of fuel, wouldn't you know, eh?
Yeah. Jimmy Olsen.
Hoover Dam.
I don't understand. Why was he there?
Just to take pictures, I guess.
Of what? Of the Hoover
Of the
Dam?
Hoover Dam? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, just a coincidence. Was he working? Because he wasn't doing anything with Lois, was he?
Yeah, so it didn't make any sense. So it's one of those things that maybe was a part of the story of the first one, but had to be, I don't know, had to be ditched or something. I don't know.
I kind of assumed he was with Lois at one point because he said that she's just come around the corner
Yeah.
shortly. She'll,
Yeah.
as if she was going to pick him up.
Mm.
Reni, look at the level of the water there. I know it's a lot lower now, isn't it?
Yeah. That's pretty high.
This bit, what is the point? She's rocket going by because she's just putting up a washing with bad visual effects.
Yeah.
Green screen, where's that blue screen effects? Awful.
Oh, yeah, you can see. Yeah.
It's awful.
Where's
Gorgeous.
Cliff?
Mm.
Is that Jacob Rees-Mogg in a minute?
Very good. Very good.
Next slide, please.
Stream killer.
So this is the new bits that have been added, which is maybe they shouldn't have this shot in there. There's some really nice shots though they had when he saved Jimmy and all that.
Here you go, Appion. It's a messy finale, in my opinion.
It is.
Still better than Man of Steel.
And he's confused.
Tell me about it.
They're always farmers.
Jobbing actor on the right there.
Yeah.
From the anybody who recognise him from The Professionals? I know Ian will.
Yes. Love all these shots, though. They're pretty
These shots
amazing.
look great, don't they?
Yeah. And Chris Reeve's determination on his face is pretty
Yeah, it looked like they've sorted the back projection out a treat on these.
Mm. It was still looked a bit wrong though, because his cape was flapping like he was only going 30 miles per hour, and he's literally his cape should really been completely straight because of the wind and all that. But you know, it is a movie and it's Superman.
Here you go, Romeo. Reeve was very close friends with Robin Williams. They were at Juilliard together. Reeve presented Williams' Golden Globe for Mork and Mindy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wasn't Robin Williams the first to go see him as well after his accident?
Yeah, it made him laugh.
Yeah.
He wanted to commit suicide. If it wasn't for Robin Williams, he would have. But then Robin Williams committed suicide, so it's crazy.
I was going to say,
It's very tragic.
Yeah.
It is. It's just a genuine... It's just so sad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing both of them having a good
Sad.
laugh in heaven, those two. So
yeah. Christopher Reeve, just so fantastic. Robin Williams, the same.
They say the good die young.
Yeah.
That means we're all screwed.
Yeah. Does that mean we're damned?
Yeah, we're all damned.
People, we didn't die young.
Yeah.
Time Prophet, Mr. Brown Lance says to me, if you think the effects are bad in this, well, some of them are, then Superman 4. Geez.
Superman 4, yeah, it's awful.
oh, yeah, The Quest for Peace.
Yeah.
That was a good film somewhere deep down. It was just studio interference.
Quest for a good script, yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible. Cannon fodder.
I think Andy's going. Good night, Andy.
Oh,
Good night.
Good night. And here he goes. He pushes the rocket. Yeah, man. Super strength.
Yeah. Super impervious to heat.
And in this version, he's meant to throw the rocket and then it hits the Phantom Zone and they get released, don't they? But obviously, they changed it for this.
So they kind of rehash it a little bit in the second one, don't they?
Second one, yeah, they do, yeah.
All right, so you can see, right, okay, right. Things making a little bit of sense now.
It's
So
Look at that face.
So that would have been the rocket that took out the Phantom Zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are the chances of that being there at the right time?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So one has gone up.
Mm.
Mushroom cloud. The effects here do look very good.
I mean, they're all right, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll work. Goes in there, lifts up half of California.
Yeah.
How strong is he, eh? Bloody Nora.
But he's not that good though, is he? Can't be in two places at once.
No.
You see, the lava pieces were just like silver foil wrapping.
Yes, they were. Yeah, they were.
I didn't. It wasn't until I heard that and then rewatching it, I went, "Oh God, it's so obvious what it is when you see it."
Mm. Like in the news bubble wrap, innit? Yeah. Oh yeah.
There was Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Then it used to be called Hollywood Land originally, and then the land disappeared, and they just call it Hollywood.
I don't know.
I think so.
Well, that's what's happening to Hollywood now, though, isn't it?
Cool. Yeah, Holly woke now, isn't it?
Holly weird.
Yeah.
I can't remember these scenes.
Yeah, yeah. The houses were shaking and trying to climb out. Yeah, stupid scenes. I wonder why they took it out. This was a big scale model, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah.
The choo-choo train.
Mm. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was I thinking? Or am I getting confused with Terminator?
What? Oh yeah, the Genesis Terminator. They
Yeah.
had a thing on the bridge, didn't they?
Yeah.
Puts it back. Here he comes. Saves the kiddies.
Yeah.
And then he saves the train. Gets the train run over his back. You know, his costume never gets dirty.
That's true.
Yeah. Great effect.
Well, he's made of steel. There we are.
He is, yeah. Well, he's, yeah. I guess he is.
So, meanwhile, back at the Hoover Dam, there is a lot going on this last finale, isn't there? This last part.
Yeah.
So the cracks are appearing.
Yeah.
Certainly are.
Oh
much
yeah.
Much like the
Oh, you're
screen.
talking about there, yeah. I thought you were talking about the script.
Yeah, what's the script?
They're definitely appearing.
He's here all week.
Boom.
So
Is that
lots of
man all
miniature.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great scene.
Appion, yeah, correct. Every movie loves destroying the Golden Gate Bridge. It does.
Yeah, that's true. Man, what did the Golden Gate Bridge do to everybody to deserve it?
Don't know.
Picat, yes, Hollywoodland.
Boom.
Yeah, the Golden Gate Bridge isn't golden, is it? It's just rust-coloured red paint. So
Yeah,
the electric place is going up, generating place. Superman
he
doing
shuts
what
it
Superman
down.
does.
Oh,
look
that
how
scene
happy
was
he is.
ridiculous. Yeah. I'll have a burger, please. It's like Jackie Chan. A bit.
He's got the flying, as we've said before, he's got the flying pose just completely spot on.
Yeah, he's straight down.
Dave Prowse again. And this is where the Hoover Dam starts to go.
Didn't James Bond jump off that?
In Golden Eye.
Golden Eye, did he?
Yeah, that was not the Hoover Dam, but it was
right.
a dam somewhere in Russia or somewhere.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We should do
right.
Golden Eye at some point. Golden Eye is a great movie.
About to fall off and Superman saves him.
Does anybody in the chat know why Jimmy Olsen's there? Because I can't remember.
I can't remember either. Should take pictures, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
That's when his costume was green, because that was a blue screen effect. So
Yeah.
But in the DVD version and the Blu-ray, they correct it. They make his costume blue for that shot.
Oh, there we go. Everyone dies. Oh,
I
he got
mean,
saved. What a miracle.
And then there are new clips where he's like, take your pictures, and he starts taking the pictures while Superman's holding him. Wasn't in the theatrical. It's only in the TV version.
That's a great model. It looks like a model, but it is, the attention to detail on that is fantastic.
There you go. Take your pictures.
Yeah, quick photo, yeah.
photo op.
Yeah.
Franco says, I think he went there with Lois.
Yeah, but it's not clear though. But you know, as I said, it was hodgepodge at the ending to try and finish the movie. They wanted it out for Christmas in America, so that's what they did.
Yeah, they didn't really explain it in either version, if I remember correctly. So,
what do you think they should have done, Ian?
I don't know.
Producers?
The producers should have just left.
Trust him.
left Donna
and
alone.
they should have because they didn't know what they were doing, right? So you know, you're supposed to give schedules and you're supposed to tell, give them deadlines and stuff like that. And if they go over the deadline, they need to discuss it and then say, okay, well, we'll give you more money, or you don't have any money, just make do. But they never told him anything, so he just kept directing. So because they didn't have the experience as producers. They found the money, yes, they were good at finding money, but they didn't have the experience of actually producing. So yeah.
Do you think that if they'd have trusted him and just let him do his thing, do you think we would have been in a better place with the trilogy, the two films, or the three
I
films?
think so. I think so. Yeah, I think so. And the second film as well. The second film would probably be better than the Richard Lester version, because the Richard Lester version is very slapstick.
I just can't understand why they had 75% of the second one filmed.
Yeah.
Because they hated Richard Donner. And so basically when Richard Donner was making this film, he had arguments with the producers, and so it came to the point where he wouldn't speak to them. And so what they did is to bring Richard Lester in to go as a go-between between Richard Donner and the two producers, because they paid Richard Lester to be the go-between because they owed him money from the Three Musketeers. When he did the movie Three Musketeers, he did two back to back, Richard Lester, and they didn't give him his full pay. So Richard Lester was really pissed off with them. So that's how bad the producers they are. And then they said, okay, we'll give you the rest of your pay if you're going to be a go-between in the Superman movie. And so Richard Lester agreed. And he was saying to Richard Donner, look, I don't want to take over. I'm just paid here just to be a go-between. And then when they had enough of Richard Donner, they fired him. And he asked Richard Lester whether he wanted to direct the rest. And Richard Lester wanted the credit, so he had to reshoot. I think it was 25% of Richard Donner's stuff just to get the credit for the movie of Superman 2. So
new face in the chat, folks. John F. Hello, John. I just rewatched this movie on HBO a few days ago. I remember seeing it with my mum and brother when I was 8 years old. It was awesome. Still is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great on the big screen.
Reeve's face here is fantastic.
He wants to go for a poo.
Oh no, why?
He's like, I've been up there for 2 hours. I've been up here for 2 hours. I want to go for a poo.
Right, okay.
I'm prairie dogging it, dude.
Prairie dogging.
Oh, that's so disgusting.
Yeah, Reni.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell on you, Reni.
Do it.
Do it. Right, okay. So, Lois, Fuel, silly person.
That was really sad though when she was trying to breathe and all that stuff was falling.
Oh, that was a horrible death.
It's horrible
death.
I was traumatized by it.
Yeah, getting crushed.
So there's a massive crack coming down the road.
Why is that funny? I don't know what's wrong with us.
Yep.
I hate those massive cracks.
The cracks are appearing and not just on the road.
On us.
Yeah. Yeah, this is horrible death.
Thing is, though, if he spun around the world like that, we'd all die. Wouldn't we? If he moves anyway, the sea will just drown us. Everything will be destroyed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Volcanoes will go off. And
exactly.
He would have caused more earthquakes.
Yeah.
It's not good, is it, this?
That is a fantastic scene where he literally flies above and turns in the sky.
Look at that, folks.
And
That is
does
good.
the left turn. Really good, yeah.
Yeah.
And they did it without CGI as well. So it's a pretty amazing shot.
Do you think Spielberg could replicate this with Cavill?
I think if Zavlos, whatever his name is, has good intentions. I think, and Henry Cavill's already said he wants the film to be hopeful, and
quoted
waving
it,
the flag and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He wants it. He doesn't want it to be dark. So,
Yeah, no, that's the thing about Henry Cavill. You guys did hear he quit The Witcher for it being
Oh God,
not
yeah.
so faithful. So
Yeah.
he's very big on being faithful to, to the source material, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So
He
yeah.
warned everybody as well, didn't he, about The Witcher?
Yeah.
Mm.
They didn't listen, and now they've got Liam Hemsworth. Dude, I'm not gonna. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's cute, but I'm not gonna watch it for him because my Geralt of Rivia is Henry Cavill.
Plus,
Yeah.
you've got your very own Australian. Did you see
That's
what I
right.
did there?
Yeah, that's right. Well, but it's weird, right? Chris has an accent, but Liam doesn't seem to have one.
Mm.
And they're brothers. It's weird.
I think you can take accent reduction. Many do.
I guess so.
Yes.
Just like Christopher Nolan and his brother. Christopher Nolan sounds, English, and his brother, who writes with him a lot, sounds American.
This is where he's trying to stop the flow of the Colorado, isn't it? With a
with it pushes down a
mighty
rock.
big boulder.
Yeah, and it's
I
very
like
proud
that
of himself
boulder.
until he remembers Lois.
He's like, oh yeah, I got all the. Oh shit, Lois.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah,
That's so funny.
it's like, oh bollocks.
Here you go, John F. I heard about this channel from the mighty Critical Drinker and thought I would check it out. Like what I see so far.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I think with talk like that, you can come back, John. Thank you very much.
Yay, John.
Those toy houses. They look small. Those houses look small.
It looks like it should be in Switzerland as well.
Yeah, it does a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there is houses like that downstream from the Hoover Dam.
No, there isn't.
But he's pleased that he's saved the day.
And it's damn Lewis. I forgot about her.
Yeah, because he even puts himself on the railroad tracks so the train can keep going, and yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, that doesn't look like America at all, does it? It looks like Switzerland.
Yeah.
Weird.
Franco says Toy Town.
Yeah.
Appion, the models are great in this film. Yeah, Derek Meddings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Indiana Jones there, number 5.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Da, 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 da,
That's
I can't remember the scene. It's because the water, isn't it? They stop the water from drowning the town, and they're all happy. I think that's what it is.
I think part of it is it not because they didn't have water where they were, and now they've
really?
got loads of it because it's been diverted. I think as well.
Oh, right,
It's all got salt water. How's that going to help them?
No, that's fresh water.
It's fresh water from lake.
From like a river or lake. And so, yeah, it's fresh water. It's not salt water.
I see.
I forget what the name of the lake is in Las Vegas.
I don't remember.
Don't remember.
I do not. And I used to go to Vegas all the time.
Blackjack.
It's fun.
Blackjack.
That's my game.
Look at this. That's great again.
That's when he sees Lewis's car. He's like, oh dear.
Did they get better with the effects? Because they seem to be getting better throughout the film.
Well, in the third movie with Richard Pryor, his taking off and landing was great.
It was.
They actually got all that stuff right, but everything else they got wrong. So there you go.
He's just seen Lois.
Yeah. Though this takes way too long, I will admit it. I was just like, enough already. Okay, we got it. She's dead.
Yeah.
It was
move on.
It was awful.
Yeah.
No,
I'm trying.
She's not dead.
I've got to pull her out of the pebbles and
It's a
And then
shame.
he rees in a second. Ree.
I think it's a great bit, actually. I
It's
really
good
like it.
acting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I mean,
that's
come on,
acting. Look at that, folks.
You could see the anger in his face and
Yes.
and the regret and stuff.
No.
Yeah.
And then he sees the old fella in the clouds.
It is forbidden for you to interfere with human history.
But this is
He's
where he's
like-
got to try and choose between the two,
Yeah.
doesn't he? Between
Two
that and
fathers.
his father
Yeah.
saying you were sent here for a reason, and eventually says,
One thing I do know, son, is you
Well-
are here for a reason.
Well, so it's
stuff
a
you, Marlon.
it's a conflict that he goes through. It's like, well, I'm here to save, to protect and save humanity, but I can't mess with human history. But is this really human history? Because it just happened a few minutes ago. So I don't know. I thought that was an interesting way to put it.
I think he chooses to save Lois because he couldn't save his father and he didn't want to, he didn't want that to
Yeah.
happen again. So he chose wisely.
He did. I was
Yeah.
going to say that. John Z. He's pissed. He's still a virgin. Yes, that's why.
Possibly 30-year-old.
No,
virgin.
no,
Not cool.
I don't know. What's her name? Lana Lang.
Oh, that's right.
Slept
I
with
think he
her,
hooked
didn't
up
he?
with her. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Did he?
right.
Did he?
Of course he
Uh-huh.
did.
In the comics, he did. Yeah.
He did.
Oh, okay. Right.
Slut. He's a slut.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. In the chat,
Super hoe.
John Z.
Super hoe.
He's
That's
pissed.
hilarious. Yeah, super hoe. He's super hoe. That's so funny.
So this is the end of the second film, then.
Yeah, the bit where he spins around the world is the end of the second film, apparently.
They're originally intended.
Yeah.
So it's turning back time.
Yeah, they had to add. I don't know the full story
Didn't
behind
Cher
it.
do that?
Yeah, more or less.
Oh,
But they had
Lord.
to they had
Wow.
to add new bits for it to work in
Oh, okay.
in this version.
So the Hoover Dam's starting to fill back up again, or the lake.
So they're reversing all the footage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so they didn't actually refilm it then?
Yeah, and made it go backwards.
They filmed it all backwards. They made the water all.
Did they reconstruct? They didn't reconstruct the models then. Maybe not.
How does that work? That if he spins back time and he goes back in time, doesn't he
You'll go
meet
first.
himself? Doesn't he
Coming
meet
the other
himself?
way?
Yeah.
No, because it's his timeline. But he
Doesn't
could
make any-
technically meet himself if he went to the point where he knew he was. Yes.
Well, okay, because Doc Brown met himself.
Timey-wimey shit. Oh,
Doc Brown met himself in the second Back to the
That's right.
Future. Yeah, so interesting.
We'll talk about that another time.
Mm,
No pun intended. So it's all going backwards.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yep.
'Cause he does, he
Yep,
goes-
Yep.
goes back to the time before he.
Arrived.
Yep. Oh, my mind's broken.
I don't think it makes sense. I think
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all. But anyway. Good effects, though.
Look at that. Pretty Earth.
Because then if he's there, he can't save Jimmy. Right?
I
But
think
this is before the cracks happen. Oh, I'm confused.
Well, but, like,
I'm totally
Past him is
confused.
still
No, he's-
saving
no, he-
Jimmy.
yeah, he
while,
still
the
saved Jimmy. Yeah,
current him is
Right.
saving Lois because past him is still there.
yeah, he still
I
saved
see.
Jimmy. Yeah,
Okay.
it means so. Yeah, you're right. There's two Supermen technically.
Yeah. Until
There you go,
Just like
Franco.
in here.
Physics wouldn't let this work. No.
Nah, of course it wouldn't.
you cannot change the laws of physics.
Physics. Yeah.
Captain.
Yeah. Yeah, can't.
can't.
Oh, Superman. So there you go. So somewhere else, Jimmy's still being saved.
Yes.
Jimmy Olsen.
Oh,
What?
Jimmy's there.
He moved pretty
Yes, I'm
fast.
saying,
Yeah.
he says he
Oh,
left
okay.
me in the middle of the road, whatever it is.
Right. Okay.
He flies off.
Yep.
That angle's a bit crap, anyway.
Yeah.
Z hated the ending. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the ending kind of spoils it.
This is where she has her moment thinking, hang on, is he Clark?
Yeah.
Here you go, John Z. Nobody asked those questions back then. But we do now, because we do.
Because we can.
We have our reasons
Yeah.
as well.
So that's one of the things you need to tackle if you're making a new version of Superman is that very question. How comes
Timey-wimey
they don't
shit.
know? Well, no. How comes they don't know? How could they not see that he's not Superman? You got to create a reason for it now.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard though.
Perhaps they were just all naive.
No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work
I
at
think
all.
it's still just this. You have to suspend your disbelief.
No, that doesn't
Yeah.
work, especially with today's audience. You got to have some
Well, I
kind of
know.
good reason.
Well,
But
today's
in the
It's like-
comics, it was just as cheesy, you know.
I guess, but
Yeah.
just to say we're beyond that now, aren't we?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think you need to create. It's like I always wondered why they let Tom Holland use his ordinary voice when he's Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Those kids would know he's
Well, he's got a
Spider-Man because of
mask.
his voice. No, he's got a voice. In the comics, his voice is muffled because of the mask. But in the
Oh,
film,
yeah.
his voice
That's
sounds
true.
exactly the same as Peter Parker's. So anyway, it's
Here
kind
you
of
go,
stupid things. I think
Romeo,
about.
Romeo. Even when I was 8, I knew it was nonsense. But Reeve was so great, I just
Yeah.
didn't care.
Yeah.
True.
There you go.
So basically,
Um,
in this scene, he tries to kill Miss Teschmacher and tries to feed her to the monster, and Superman saves her.
And here you go,
God,
John
they're
F. Just confirming what I think Z said earlier.
Mm.
I think that'd be hilarious though if he doesn't use it. He's like,
Yeah, because he's got his
whatever.
own. He's got his own platform now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Here you go, swappers. Say, Brown, I've just got home, and you're all at the end of the movie.
well,
Well, nearly. At the
Should
end
be
of
there in the
movie.
first place, swappers.
Yeah,
That's right.
So we're on the homeward leg now. So, folks in the chat, give us a mark out of 10. Then we'll ask the panel. So, Superman's gone back for Luthor.
send
Lex
him off to
Luthor.
jail.
He knows the game's
Greatest
up.
criminal mind of our time.
That's right. Dropped him off right in the middle of the prison. Boom.
I'm more than you.
We're all on the same team.
Is this Arkham
Yeah.
prison?
No, Arkham's a
No.
different prison.
Not that I know anything about.
Arkham's
Arkham's
in,
an
is
insane
in
Oh, it's an
asylum.
asylum, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
yeah, it's
And
in
it's
it's
in
in
Gotham.
Gotham as well. It's in Gotham.
Yeah.
He's given service. Was it? He's given service to you.
And this is where we're going to see the,
These walls.
ball cap, isn't it?
Yeah. Brilliant
So there we go. We've waited the entire film.
to see him bald. and what's his name? The look that Otis gives him when he takes his hair off his head. So funny.
Yeah. And that's, I
This
think he's.
place is safe again, Superman. Thanks
Yeah.
to you.
Mhm.
He says, "No, sir. We're all part of the same team. Good night."
Oh, yeah.
We're coming up to a part now where I think this was the main thing that was missing from any of the newer stuff, and it's
Yeah,
that.
look-
Charm.
It's
Yeah.
Charm.
Hope.
He just
It's-
smiles at us. It's almost breaking the fourth wall.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the fourth wall.
Yeah.
It's hope and optimism that's missing
Yeah.
from all the other versions of Superman.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cavill, if you're watching this, and I know you are,
Yeah.
when you do your new Superman movie with Spielberg,
If that's
directing.
going to happen.
sorry, when you do your new Superman movie with Nolan producing and the mega geek Ian David Diaz directing,
Directed, yeah.
are you listening, Ian? We need
Yeah.
that. We need Cavill to do that at the end of the Superman film. And I think everybody in the entire world will agree. We need to see that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Henry Cavill.
Yes?
I guess.
Do
He
as you're
needs
told,
a-
son.
He needs a charisma implant. That's
He
my
does.
biggest problem with Cavill.
Well,
Yeah.
And I do like the guy.
Henry, get practicing. Okay, should we do some marks? I think we should. Okay, Z, 7. Tim, 7 out of 10. I think 10 out of 10 for Reeve is a given. Time, 8. John Z, yeah, 10. Franco, 10. Is there any more? Oh, Legion Steve. Hello, Steve. 8 out of 10. MC, 9. I think we can see where this is going. Wookie, 10. John F, 10. My eyes are starting to go square. We're looking at these chats. Hey up, Cam's in. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 cats.
I think that's it for the marks, is it? Yeah. Okay, so I think we're on the homeward stretch now, folks. So a sentence from each of you and a mark out of 10. So we'll start from the top of my screen. Ms. Martin's Muses. Quick sentence and a mark out of 10.
Okay, well, this was a great movie. I believed that a man could fly. It had magic. Christopher Reeve was amazing. I don't think any other Superman movie has come close to the magic. That said, I give it an 8 out of 10 because I thought the final climax of the movie was a mess. It sucked. It was great all the way up till then.
Reni?
One of my all-time favorite movies, and Reeve's charisma, and as well as Hackman's. But I'm gonna have to say, because I just loved Superman so much as a kid, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
And the guy who produced today's show, not Brian.
Yeah, just quickly, a fun film with a heart, a soul, possibly missing a brain at times. Terrific performances, obviously, especially by Hackman and Christopher Reeve. An absolutely wonderful score. Great effects for the time, and it ends on a smile and leaves us smiling after the end
Literally,
credits. And I think I'd give it a slightly stingy 7.
Ian?
Yeah, I agree with everybody else. It's a great movie, and I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's absolutely terrific, and it obviously reminds me of when I was young. And you can't fault it. As I said, it's the closest thing we had to, well, even now, to a real superhero movie, to tell you the truth. But there you go.
I really do like this film. I agree with the chat. Reeve, cast iron, 10 out of 10. I think I'm going to give the movie 8. It's probably be 7.5, but I think it's 8 for me. There are little bits that, as you say, no film's perfect. If anything, I think the longer version probably detracts from the main version a little bit in certain ways, but I think a good solid 8 out of 10. Christopher Reeve just fantastic, born to play Superman. I think Reni's gone critical mass.
She's gone.
Yeah, I think she's had enough. I think that is it, chat. So 3 hours, considering the film is literally 3 hours 8 as well. So I think we've done quite well. Steady numbers tonight. Reni's back.
Yeah, sorry, my Wi-Fi went out. Big surprise.
Secret of comedy.
Tiny.
So chats, Always great to see the same guys, a few new faces. Thanks for the interaction.
Something fall over there.
Yeah, the stream. We are nothing. We are nothing without you guys. So appreciate you popping in. I will thank the guests. Reni, thank you. Good to have you back.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I was really excited when you announced this movie and seeing how my week went. I was like, oh, I might be able to actually be on. So yeah, count me in.
Life is good, isn't it, for you?
Yeah, and it's great to stream with all of you guys. Teresa, I'm so glad you were able to make it today, and I'm glad that this movie put a smile on your face. So
Yay. Well, thank you.
yeah.
Thanks for thinking of me.
Of
Cheers, Ian.
course.
No worries, no worries.
The guy who produced. Cheers, not Brian.
Thanks, Brownie. Thanks also to Reni, Ian, Teresa, and of course the chat as well.
And last but by no means least, good to have her back. It's Ms. Martin Muses. Thank you.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
she
thank
muses.
I always use. I'm used on everything. That's why I do. That's why I have the name. Well, thank you again for. Oh wait, was that dirty and I didn't know it?
No.
Oh, okay, just checking. Genie Mac. All right. Well, once again, thank you. I was just really glad to be here, and always love to talk about these movies, especially great entertainment that uplifts and doesn't make you want to jump off a cliff. So, yay! Thank you.
I will say to everybody, check out Ms. Martin Muses' channel. I think the link is in the vid description. So I think that is it. We are back tomorrow. We're going to be doing the Muses. I think the Lord is back tomorrow. He's gracing us with his presence. I think that is it. Shall we give the last word to Romeo, Tango, November Zulu? Thanks again for this one, Brown. 10 out of 10 for the film and 12 out of 10 for the stream. Wow.
12 out of 10.
Yay!
It's nice of him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
really
I think that
nice.
is it, folks. The film is 3 hours 8 minutes. This stream is 3 hours 7. So we did okay. So I think that is it. Enjoy your rest of your weekend if you don't see us tomorrow. So we're back tomorrow doing the Muses. So I think that is it. So take care, everybody.
Bye.
Tatty bye.
Goodbye.
Adios.
Ciao.